What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast. I am your host, Cody Adams, and as always, I am joined here by Jacob Pierce and Steve Crowley, my co-hosts, and we are coming to you live on July 9th, 2026. And gentlemen, Jaylen Brown is no longer a Celtic. Boston is picking up the pieces as we try to make sense of this trade, of which we get Paul George back, 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks in return for Jaylen Brown off to the Sixers. Guys, what do we got? It's been a week straight of trying to, hit that fucking sweet copium. How about y'all?
I am straight up not having a good time. Like this, as the 21st century poet Mos Def said, it's a numbers game, but shit don't add up somehow. This fucking stinks. I hate this so much. I'm not gonna have any fun. Jaylen Brown, I'm taking the overs every time he plays the Celtics on every single one of his stats, including turnovers, because he's gonna be trying so hard.
Oh, that's right. You know he's going to fucking bring it to your ass, and we're going to see him 4 times this year.
It's gonna be tough. But hey, we're gonna get a Christmas Day game out of this. That's positive because there's no way this fucking NBA doesn't put Celtics Sixers on Christmas. Jaylen versus Jason in Boston. There's no way that doesn't happen. So we'll have something to watch on Christmas this year.
I mean, that's going to be talk about a bittersweet fucking holiday, dude. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, it's really tough. I'm still expecting really good things for this year because technically because of the Tatum injury last year and the couple pieces getting Mitchell Robinson and having Paul George healthy, we technically have a better team than we did rolling into that we had last year.
No doubt.
So it's technically we should expect a really good year and be the second seed because we've Tatum and Paul George and Mitchell Robinson, and last year out of that 3 we just had Jaylen. So you'd imagine that they'd produce more next year and at least have a great season. I don't think we're gonna come out flat, and we maybe we'll be kind of at ease with how good we start. But it's just odd though. It's kind of like the previous big trades. Talk about the big 3 getting traded out. And Marcus Smart, IT. It's always a gut punch. It can make sense later, but it does just sting for a while. That said, though, the fireside chats, the FDR type fireside chats from Brad and Bill did help because they're like, "Hey, we still got an eye on the ball. This is a calculated decision, not just because we had to type thing." Well, it is because we had to because of the CBA, but yeah, it definitely sucks. It's just more of a. I feel like it's more of a feel thing than it is the logic when it comes to being pissed about it.
I mean, it's every jabroni, deep hoops head guy like us is this is Boston Celtics fans. This is the worst fucking trade ever. How do you make it? How do you only get Paul George back, dude? Why didn't you go for Jan? They're going to play on that surface level stuff where the hoop heads, I don't know. A part of the week for me has been trying to understand it and listening to what the front office has said about it and what the players have said about it. And, let's just go through the deal. Jaylen Brown for Paul George, 2028 first-round pick that may convert to a swap between the worst pick of the best pick of the Clippers or the Sixers. 2031 Philadelphia's unprotected pick, and 2 early projected second-round picks. I think they're all swaps between. Is it us and the Sixers? So whoever has the best of those.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So. Listen, that ain't enough value for Jaylen Brown on his face. That's a terrible deal on his face, right? But there's a little context that's missing when you say that. There's I don't think what a lot of people understand is actually how tough this CBA is now. I don't think we're going to start seeing any more deals where Desmond Bane goes for 4 first-round picks, considering how valuable picks are now, and how limited cap space is now. There was a really good write-up by Hoop Informatics. I just shouted him out. I sent it in the group chat. I don't know if you guys got a minute to read it, but it's called The Real Reasons, in parentheses, Jaylen Brown got traded. The analytics never changed. The math around them did. And how intricately, he goes into how the last CBA hasn't it didn't splash like it did in 2016 where you saw Chandler Parsons getting the Supermax deals and shit And this one is actually particularly bad because the 10% of the revenue is comprised of your local, broadcast networks that are all failing, by the way, due to the streaming era. And that's why the NBA, they're actually not making out as much as they thought they would in the deal. And players' salaries are intricately tied into all that financial aspect. And essentially, what it came down to was a calculus being like, yeah, we definitely probably take a hit on our title odds in the short term by getting rid of an incredible, like a very good top 20 player in the league. Top 20 for the next, and it is next like 6 years, right? Because he's going to ask for another max, at least another 2-year super max. So we don't have to engage in that conversation with the player who the metrics. There's a lot of talk about the metrics around Jaylen Brown, estimated plus minus being the most indicative of him being the 6th most valuable Celtic on the team. I don't think anybody alive would actually think that, but according to that metric, he's not as valuable as we thought he was. As he might maybe make people believe, and definitely not at the number at which we'd have to be hemorrhaging cash to keep paying. And this was a calculated move, and they said it, Brad and Bill Chisholm said it at the presser, where they just laid it out. It's like, we looked at the future, we looked at the financials of it, and we essentially are like, it's heartbreaking. I'd never wanted to get rid of Jaylen Brown, but unfortunately, due to the circumstances around the CBA and the second apron and all that stuff, we decided that for the future of this team, it would be better to get out now. And, he's even flat out saying, like, what do you get back with Paul George? Well, one, you get back an actually a decent player as recently as this last playoffs. He was one, I think Bill Simmons said it. Bill Burr on the brain. Bill Simmons said it on his pod, being like, yeah, Paul George was like maybe the best forward in that Sixers Celtics series, which included Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, with how impactful he was. He was like 17% on 50%, 17 points a game on 50% from the field. Good defense still at 36. He did like provide serious problems for us in the playoffs. And if you can get any semblance out of that, that's great. But really what he said you get with Paul George, even though he's making a max deal, although not anymore, right? Because he waived the 3.9 something.
Still a max deal, but he had a 15% trade kicker, so he waived that. So he still makes $55 million instead of like 58 or 59.
He gets off the book sooner. You don't have to worry about giving him the next max. He ain't getting it from anybody. And Brad said it best: optionality. You get optionality in the near future, which is going to be huge for fleshing out this team going forward. And unfortunately, it just comes at the cost of a player we all love and a guy who would fucking would bleed, and continue to bleed for this team. So it's really depressing. But
yeah, I mean, it's
we're
clear
victims
that
of the cap.
Yeah, and victims of the cap, and also like obviously Brad and Bill just really trust the vision of having Tatum as just like a true facilitator and engine. If you think that is a very successful winning formula, which I do think it could be, you also see that you're like, we could be a similarly good team and just kind of differently run, and we think Tatum can be like more of a hub, which he can't really be with Jaylen, obviously, because they kind of split usage that way. So it'll just be really interesting. And that's something really to be, at least, I mean, I'm not excited to not see Jaylen as a Celtic for sure, but I'm excited to see what Tatum will do at least this year. That's for sure. Like kind of back to 2023 Tatum, perhaps with like 30 fucking 9 and 6 or 7.
Yeah, and honestly, if you think about it, like this team if Jaylen Brown was on this team, we'd probably be second or third favorites to win the title this year. But is that really the case? Because we were pretty heavily favored throughout last year around the halfway point, and we couldn't make it out of the first round. What are your actual chances of winning the title? And for 2 years in a row, Jaylen and Jason came up short with really good teams around them.
Yeah, and we can blame the Tatum injury and the Knicks loss, but at the same time, we'd blown that series like already. You know what I mean? Like if we won that like series, like I wouldn't have really felt that good about it because we literally like were blowing every end of game situation. Like the only games we were winning was via blowouts. It was a messy. Like we had a couple messy endings to playoffs, that's for sure. And as much as Jaylen carried us last year in the regular season, he kind of kind of blew it in those series. That's for sure. There's no, I mean, we love Jaylen, but he definitely blew it last year in the playoffs. That's for sure. Those
Yeah.
last final games, trying to put it away like forcefully hero ball fashion.
Yeah, and I think there was talks about he never actually requested a trade. I actually believe that. I think he did. It didn't matter. I think that Jaylen would have played basketball for the. I think he wanted to play for the Celtics next year. I don't think there was a I want to have my own team debate, but people will always debate that. There will always be discussions around the egos, emotional aspects of this trade, and I'm sure there's some validity to it, but at the end of the day, it's just hard numbers and unfortunate circumstances. And we're not the Thunder, we're not the Spurs. We didn't miss it by they went in literally as the door. Just picture like a door closing. They slid in under it and they're going to be around for the next 10 years because of that. They lucked out. Celtics, unfortunately, they built their dynasty just a few years too late or too early. And we knew that. We knew. We were saying this stuff 3 years ago when we won the title. Like, yeah, signing Jaylen to this deal, going for Drew, going for KP, paying all these huge bills, it's gonna come due pretty quickly now, and we knew that. It just, I don't know if we really thought about what this would look like, 2027, 2026, 2027. But yeah, I mean, Brad's clearly staking his temp. There's a debate around, can you have two players make a 70% of your team's cap and actually compete? I think that Brad probably would disagree with that, because if you look at the Spurs and the Thunder, no, they don't have that. They have a player making, like, they have a tentpole guy, and they have 9 other guys that are all salary and cost controlled, that are all solid players. And that's how I think where a lot of these teams are going, is to beat those two teams, to the teams that you're going to be competing against, you have to be 9 deep. And I think there's real debates, and I think a lot of teams are doing inner calculus about, can we have two guys make a 70% of the cap? And the Celtics obviously made the choice. Yeah. Depressing
Unfortunate.
shit. Because we had a pretty good offseason leading up to that. Like Mitchell Robinson, there's really, there's not great. There's maybe an overpay, but he's a solid player, and I expect him to be for at least 2 seasons. Title winner. Neemias Queta got the payday he deserves. $2.7 million option for 2026-27, then 4 years, $56 million starting in 27. So he's making real money. Bringing Mike Conley, a savvy vet, in, a guy that is by all accounts very highly regarded across the league. Ron Harper re-up. So, would it have been better if we got Giannis? Would it have been better if we kept Jaylen Brown? I mean, emotionally, probably, but that's not where we are now. And it does suck to hear to go to the Sixers. But I do think the Sixers are going to have actual problems next year, and definitely problems in the future. They're fucking cash strapped.
It's a weird team. It's like if you make it like obviously they're supremely talented. Like we're all obsessed with Jaylen and think the world of Maxey, and we know and Embiid's past MVP talent. But like the issue already was that their offense doesn't flow that well, because they kind of because Maxey and Embiid have to be kind of ball dominant and like doing their own thing for it to work. Like they don't really feed off each other well. And then you had Jaylen, who I don't know how he's gonna feed off them either. And what other bench? Oh, they added Simons too. So it's like
that kind of hurts too.
Yeah, I know. Playing the Sixers is not gonna be fun emotionally, but yeah, it's just interesting. Like they don't have many they don't have any passers at all. It's just gonna be an odd offense. It's gonna be like your turn, my turn type offense, it seems. And wonder how that'll go, but it's like a 2K
incredibly high
team.
usage guys. Yeah. Steve, you're awfully quiet.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the one thing I've been consistent with in calling out organizations is when I say the Warriors are a bad or poorly run organization, the Bucks are a poorly run organization, is when you have a top talent like a Giannis or a Steph, or with the Celtics a Tatum, you can't punt on years, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know when there's going to be an injury. You don't know how much longer this guy's going to be around for. And I just look at this move as you just punted another year of your superstar. Because I mean, we know Tatum's going to carry this team to a decent seed. We know like Tatum's going to be unbelievable. We can't look at this team and say it's a championship contender as it's currently built. Like, you probably won't even make it out of the East this year. So it's tough to look at this move and not be just pissed about it from a standpoint of you got a guy who's going to get a year older. You know, if we punt this season and then God forbid something happens next season and he like turns an ankle in the playoffs and all right, well, you just punted 2 seasons of Tatum. Like, it's like
Yeah, but
your window. We talk about windows in the NBA; they're always so tight. But you have a top 5 player in the league when he's healthy, and your second best player on that team is now Derek White. Like it's. I love Derek White, but you're not going to win a championship as him being your number 2 option on the team.
But so how do we give like a team like the Hornets a ton of credit for having their best season in about 15 years and then getting rid of the guy that they kind of built that tempo of the franchise around and getting rid of him, and for a move that is apparently set for the future, we give them tons of credit then? Like, there has to be some aspect.
Well, because they don't have
an
a
impossible
top 5
job.
player. They don't have a top 5 player on their team right now that they're trying to build a championship roster around. And we talk about LaMelo being their tent pole, but we watched him come off the bench at the end of the year last year, and that's when they were playing at their best. And they have young guys that they're building around. They have Con that they're trying to develop. They got Brad, or not Brad, what's Miller? I still want to call him Brad Miller. It's not
Brad
fucking
Miller, yeah.
Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Throwback.
Yeah, fuck Brad Miller.
One or 2-time All-Star somehow.
Yeah, who the fuck knows how? Only thing I remember him for is Rondo punched him in the head when he was going up for that layup in the fucking in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like you're trying to build like a young core over there, like that's and the Hornets have no expectations going into seasons. Like, let's be real here. Like, the Celtics organization, your expectation is championships. The Hornets organization, your expectation is a lot lower. And we expect you to compete for championships in Boston, and you're punting a year of a top 5 player in the league, and that's just, in my eyes, that's unacceptable. Like, I would have rather taken less picks and found more serviceable players to trade for Jaylen Brown if you felt like you had to trade Jaylen Brown. The picks are great. Paul George is just sure. I mean, like you said, he played good last year. I can't say he didn't. He was unbelievable in the playoffs against us. I mean,
by all accounts, he had a good year last year until this, like, even after the suspension, he came back and he cooked.
Yeah, he was good after the suspension, and it's sure he's a good player, but I mean, like, you tell me you couldn't have gotten like a couple of like good players, like matching that salary, like going forward, something that you can build around. Like, 2031 pick is going to be great because Embiid's contract's up, Maxi's contract's up. I think
they have no players on the books. I don't think
they have like nobody on the books there. So like that could be like an all-time tank job at that point if it doesn't work for like what they're building now. But in 2031, you're looking at what Tatum's going to be 33 years old. It's like, cool, you got a top 5 pick in the league and he's 33. How long do we have to wait for this to flesh out?
Yeah, but that could like reset your franchise on the fly. You could get the next AJ Debance by hook or by crook.
That's what you're hoping
at that
for.
point.
But at that point, it's like, cool, I just punted out 4 years of Jason Tatum, a known commodity that's that good, so that I could have maybe a top 5 pick. And plus, like we talked about, if the CBA stays the same or the lottery odds stay the same, then that pick could suck. Like, you never know. Like, those Sixers could be a bottom tier team for 3 straight years, and that could be like the 9th or 10th pick in the draft because of the new lottery rules.
You keep saying they punted on the year, and I'm kind of like grappling with. I don't think they punted on the year.
Well, did you make a move that made you better and more of a championship contender with this trade?
No, but were you a championship contender?
If you had Jaylen and Jason, you're a lot closer to a championship contender than you are with Jaylen or with Jason and Mitch Robinson. And you could have got Mitch Robinson too. You could have got Mitch Robinson without making this trade too. That's another thing. Like, he was a mid-level exception player. You signed him even with Paul George on your books.
I also don't think it's that immediate. Like, it's that much of a. I mean, sure, if you want to say they punted on the year, I still think this team is actually going to compete at a very high level.
I mean, they're going to compete.
I do think they could win a title. Like, I do think they can win a title. A lot of things would have to break right for them. But dude.
A couple of planes that don't start on the runway and teams missing games in the playoffs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's basically what's going to have to happen for us to win a title. Like, do you think that this team stacks up with the Thunder or the Spurs?
Is this team much worse than the Knicks? Is this team much worse than the Knicks right now?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. It's
is.
not. We literally got their center. No, it's not.
I mean, I'm not worried about their center. I mean, they still have
He played a
Jaylen
vital role.
Brunson. They still have Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, like Karl Anthony
Jalen
Towns.
Brunson- Is Jalen Brunson a better player than Jason Tatum?
No, is Karl Anthony Towns a better player than Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah, he's also a
Is
better
OG
player than Paul
Anunoby
George.
a better player than
Derek White? I don't know. I don't actually know if he is.
If we watch that last playoffs and that finals run, we know the answer to that question. Like,
Derek White had a bad year, but it's been like this has been his first really bad year. I don't know. I can't say definitively Derek White. Derek White is a better defender than OG Anunoby. He's also a better well, maybe not a better shooter, but he plays it at a tougher position.
there's
Better
no
creating
way.
his own shot at least.
Yeah,
There's
I don't think it's that easy of a write off. The OG is. I think they're comparable.
I mean, it's tough. It's like I think Brad was looking at how what the new teams are doing that are successful in this new structure of the league. Like you talk about the Thunder. I mean, I don't think our role players are quite at that level at the time.
I want to push back on the Thunder though too, because the Thunder also have SGA's coming up on 63 million this year, and Chet's at like almost 50. So if we're talking about like a team that's probably that might have to blow it up the way we're blowing it up, they might have to do it soon too.
Yeah, and J-Dub's never healthy. And we're kind of like, we see the Spurs and the Thunder, and they're kind of organized the way that we're trying to organize the Celtics now, where it's like not two guys sharing all the usage. It's one guy and then a million good role players. Like, it's kind of how the league's trending with how this goes. And and it's hard to say whether our format of two main stars would be holding us back or making us differentiate us like in a successful way. Like, they were just probably back and forth on that. Like, are we different in a good way or different in a bad way going forward with like how the league kind of has to be structured?
Yeah, I mean, just look at it. Like the Celtics team last year was a better team when Jaylen Brown was getting the most usage, but when Tatum came back, it was a much different team. It was still a very, very good team, maybe even better, but it was different. And this team flowed a lot better when it was a single high usage guy with, a bunch of dogs around him, which is how we cruised to the second seed through most of the year. I do understand what Steve is saying though. And I kind of agree. Like, yeah, maybe this is a punt in the short term, but I don't know. Tatum's been a pretty healthy player throughout his career. We're in obviously a lot different of a time with Tatum, so we'll have to see about that. But I don't think Brad is too much hung up on the fact of the what ifs of if Tatum gets hurt, if the pick sucks, and I don't think he's too concerned. I think what he's looking at and dealing with is the league is trending this way. This is a better time to do it than when Jaylen asked for the Supermax, and then we have to really either pay. We have to overpay for a guy who's going into his middle 30s at a player who multiple people already don't think he's worth his contract. So either we pay him and we're stuck with it, and it makes him more immovable, or two, he's disgruntled and now we get nothing back in return for him, and we might lose him for nothing if we don't want to pay him that. So I think it's I don't know. It sort of feels like Brad's hand was forced.
You didn't have to make this trade now. Like, this trade would have been there at the beginning of the year too. Like, you could have waited until the All-Star break and made this trade if you wanted to, because somebody had some contender would have had an injury or something like that would have happened. Somebody would have came out flat and thought they needed a burst, and maybe they would have made a better offer for Jaylen than that. Like, there's other moves that I feel like you could have made. I don't feel like you had to make this move at the end of June. Like,
just to push back on that, you're switching up your entire team style pretty heavily either way. And I'd rather do it now where we have a full offseason to kind of get ramped up with this heliocentric one tentpole guy structure than to have two guys as your tentpoles and then trade one halfway through the year. Also, you are potentially risking the fact that one of Jaylen might get hurt, and then you can't trade him.
Well, I'm not worried about the 110 pull for Tatum being that guy. We've seen him do it before. Like, we've seen him when Jaylen broke his hand and missed a bunch of time that one year, and that was the year Tatum averaged 30. Like, Tatum just had an entire year watching the way the offense played through one player. Like, We can see that
I'm
he
not.
figured
No,
that out on the
yeah,
fly. Like I'm not too worried about that. Switching it up
agreed.
halfway. Like I feel like he would have been fine. It
I'm
just
not saying it
seems
for him.
weird.
I'm saying it for the role players around him, the 23-year-olds who have to be
I
like,
mean,
oh, okay,
they
the load
already
is getting pushed onto me now a lot more.
well they had that experience this year. Like all those guys
Yeah,
had that experience this year, so next year when it happens again, they know what to do. But
fair.
it doesn't matter anyway. It didn't happen. Like we're talking about a trade that already happened. Like oh well, he can make the trade in February. Like no, it's already done. I just feel like there was just no point. I just don't feel like there was not no point, but I don't feel like you needed to make this trade now. Like this trade was gonna be there. Like Philly wants fucking Jaylen Brown. Philly wants Paul George off the books. Like you could have waited and seen what else you could have got at the beginning of the year. I mean, fuck. I mean, I hate to say it, but like injuries happen. I mean, like Klay Thompson tore his ACL like the day before the draft. Like injuries even happen in the offseason. Like somebody could have got hurt and something could have happened. Like I don't this whole we had to do it now. Like you didn't have to do it now. Like there was no like he doesn't get extra money if he's there on October 1st. Like the money's the same. Just it felt sloppy to me, which I've never had that feeling about anything that this organization's done in the front office before now. It just felt sloppy. Like the reports coming out, the Jalen's not happy, Jalen's happy. Oh, they're not communicating with Jaylen. Oh, we were communicating with Jaylen. All of it feels sloppy. It didn't feel like it had to be this way. It felt like it could have been a lot cleaner.
One thing,
To me, you're getting kind of caught up in the like emotional aspect, like the side aspect of like the egos and the personalities, and maybe it's true. I can't even push back on it. I kind of don't think it's true. I think Brad was pretty upfront. I mean, Shams reported it that we're actively shopping Jaylen. We're fielding offers for Jaylen Brown 2 weeks ago. That's pretty apparent. Like I imagine he told him that before that went on air.
Yeah.
I would like to think so. I don't think Brad's that much of a shithead. I also am wondering, like, you keep talking about a better deal. Are we sure there was a better deal coming? Because
Well,
I'm
I don't think
fairly
there was a
certain
better
there
deal
wasn't.
today. Like when they made the trade, I don't think there was a better deal there. I don't. I don't feel like the organization would have made a worse trade just for shits and giggles. Like they're not idiots. They know what they're doing. Obviously, the front office helped us win a title in 2024. Like they're a well run front office. But I'm just saying, like down the road, like say there was an injury in like in their preseason game or something like that, or like a guy like as a holding out and they decide, hey, we don't want this headache anymore. Like we'll take Jaylen Brown instead. All kinds of stuff like that could have happened down the road, and you could have maybe forced your hand and made a little bit more off of this trade than Paul George and a couple of first round picks. That's all I'm saying.
I got just a weird question that popped in my head, and it kind of plays into the why was there no better deal here? The Thunder. Why were they not like picking up the phone, being like, "Hey, Jaylen Brown's available. Let's see. Can we give you J
Oh,
Dub and whatever picks we got, 1,000,000 picks?"
same thing you were talking about earlier with the salary cap. I mean, Jalen's up for that big ass contract at the end of his contract. You know what I mean? Like
J Dub is too, though. Although he signed his, I think.
he already signed his, I think, and so it's like why they already have the chemistry over there. They already won a title together. Like why swap in Jaylen Brown? I mean, I see where you're coming from. I think Jaylen Brown's better than Jalen Williams, but
Right, and he plays a lot more. That's kind of the issue.
yeah. So I see where you're coming from with that, but I don't know what the new CBA rules are. They're probably a second apron team with Chet, SGA, and his contracts on the books. I think the salary cap's 170 right now, and just Chet and SGA make over 100. So I'm assuming between that and Isaiah Hartenstein, it's probably pretty close to their second apron team.
I imagine they're going to be a second apron team
So
in the near future.
it might have been like, hey, we have to make the money like match up exactly for this to work, and maybe it's just not possible. I can't say I'm a CBA expert. I'm a Twitter CBA expert, which it's fucking disgusting that we even have to talk about the CBA when we're talking about basketball now. Like I know Jacob loves it. He's fucking Mr. Mathematician. Fucking, he just sees numbers everywhere, but fucking the rest of us are fucking confused as shit.
Well, I think we just sort of forget that this is like a legitimate business. That is, it's like it's tied into other industries. Like the reason Jaylen Brown is no longer, the way I understand it, is the reason Jaylen Brown is no longer a Celtic is because fucking local sports networks are tanking due to the streaming revolution. Like, that's kind of what forced the hand here, is that Jaylen's 8% contract kicker increase every single year is overpacing the amount of revenue that's gonna increase the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I think the cap's gonna increase at like 6% in the next few seasons, and only declining from there on up until the next CBA. Jaylen's gonna make an 8% increase every single year.
which is a lot for considering his contract. And
Right.
one thing that I was reading too that sort of narrowed the options for the Celtics, unfortunately, and I don't blame him, but I was reading that Jaylen was telling camps not to trade for him. Like, we wanted to trade with the Trailblazers, but Jaylen told him that he wouldn't want to be there, is what I read. So like
Really?
that, like, we would have had better deals if not for that, which I don't blame him, because if you're getting shopped, you can also play your own hand and be like, I want to choose Ron and go. But I was reading that we could have maybe had better deals, but he had a few spots he like actually just wanted to go. In Philly was one of them, unfortunately.
No, there
So
could have been a
thankfully
little
we
bit
did
of
him right by that.
Jaylen asking for that too, and it could have been a little bit of the organization taking care of him after the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think
Yeah.
he was necessarily sabotaging it. I don't think he was going around their back like
It
we
wasn't
talked to the
malicious.
Trailblazers. Yeah, like he wasn't like whispering to the Trailblazers after we have a meeting, or you know what I mean. Like, I don't think it was. I think it was more like, hey, business is dirty. Like, you can also you know what I mean. Like, you can also influence a little bit here, and yeah. At least I saw that specifically for the Trailblazers, since we were so like in talks with them, that he'd kind of turned that down himself.
I mean, it's just sort of tangentially related to this. Didn't Simmons say on his contract that it really, for Giannis, it really was between us and the Celtics? The deals were in place, ready to go, but it was a matter of Giannis needing that extra extension, and the Celtics were very hesitant to like auto give him that. I think there was like a discrepancy on the money for Giannis
been,
for
like,
his re-up.
There's been
I saw
all
someone
sorts
say
of
that
reports
wasn't true
about it.
too.
Yeah, I've seen people say it wasn't true. I think it was. I think Shams reported that wasn't true or something like that. I can't remember, but it was like Giannis wanted the 3-year extension at like 35%.
Oh, and it was the extra year.
And then we only want to give him like we either want to give him 3 years at 30 or 2 years at 35. Like, we didn't want to commit to that third year. I think that was what it was reported as, but I don't know. It's kind of it's at this time of year. It's all fucking rumors and hearing through back channels. Like, what is really happening? What isn't happening? Like,
Game of telephone.
it's impossible to really know what's happening behind the scenes until like the player or the organization comes out and says something. And the player you won't hear from them unless they got fucked by their old organization until they're retired, and the organization you just never hear from, because they're going to keep moving forward and they're going to keep existing whether the player's there or not. So
yeah. I mean, this has been a half hour on the JB trade. I'm sure we could go for like 2 on this,
I
but
could spend
it's
like
just
5 hours talking about the fucking JB trade. This is fucking disgusting.
It's very rare that you trade a certified Hall of Famer, a top 15 player in the league, and you don't.
I mean, a Celtic legend at this point. Like, we can
Yes,
say it. Like, he's
absolutely.
10th all time in points for the Celtics. Like, you don't get there by accident. And
He's one of the greatest
it's-
Celtics to ever play the game.
It's
One
so
of the greatest
fucking
players
hard.
to ever play the game.
It's so hard to look at that, like, factually being like, all right, like, he's the 10th highest scoring Celtic of all time, and you just trade him for 36-year-old Paul George and a couple of first-round picks.
Yes, but
It's just so hard, like, putting those
on his
next
face,
to
it's
each other.
ugly. Yeah,
It's just so hard, and it's like this fucking CBA is so dumb. Like,
yeah.
you hear Simmons and all them talk about it, like, all right, like, if a guy was drafted by you and like has turned into like a superstar, like, you should get some kind of a discount on that. Like, that should not.
That's
count
what Lowe
for
said on
CBA.
his podcast. I thought it was brilliant. He's like, why the hell would we punish teams for doing the right thing and drafting a guy and paying him and keeping him? And we should encourage this.
Developing
We
him
shouldn't
and
be
making him
punishing
better.
this.
Like, but it's the new CBA wants parity. Like, that's trying to push for parity, and it's like, all right, like, you're pushing for parity, but at the cost of homegrown fans getting fucked. Because, like, we're all too old to be following single players around. Like, the new fucking fans, like, a lot of them are like, oh, like, I'm a Jaylen Brown guy, so I'm just gonna follow him wherever he goes, or but before John Morant's all his bullshit, like, people are like, oh, I'm just gonna be a John Morant fan, and like, it's now like we're all the old heads like us, because at this point we're just fucking old heads. Like, we're just Celtics fans, and we're gonna get fucked because Jaylen Brown turned out to be really fucking good, and Jason Tatum turned out to be really fucking good, and now we're just gonna get fucked because of it. And
I
Thunder
tell
fans,
you,
like the Thunder fans, are going to get fucked too because they have 3 guys that they drafted. Or no, 2 guys they
Yeah.
drafted that they traded for Shea, but they got
They're losing Case and
another
Wallace.
great. Yeah, they're gonna lose Case and Wallace, or did they already
They're
trade
lose
him?
Lou Dort. No, I just
Yeah,
mean
Lou
because
Dort.
like their contracts are ending next year, and they just won't be able to pay them. Lou Dort
No,
and Case and Wallace probably.
right now they're trading off guys for fucking second round picks to get under this fucking apron. Like, I don't know, it's brutal. I can't believe the players fucking agreed to this. Like, this is just
Jaylen did.
I know, Jaylen, you're the fucking
what a long play to get out of
Yeah.
Boston if you actually wanted it.
you're the operator, you're the controller of your own demise over here, or however they say.
I will orchestrator. I will say
Yeah.
I am I will always be a Jaylen Brown fan. I don't care who he
Oh,
plays for.
sure.
He's not going to be a fan when he's playing Boston. I'm not going to be his fan when he's playing Boston. And you know, it makes you wonder. Just speaking to the whole parity aspect, you become the NFL where it's now like, you know, anybody can win it. And I guess in that own thing, it's cool. But like, the NFL is such a different beast. It's just it just feels like you're punishing good teams for being good and doing the right thing by their guys, and it's not right. What I as a fan, what I think about is that little kid who was on the news who was bawling his little eyes out about Jaylen Brown, his favorite player. He has his jersey, you know, he was
His jersey
bawling his
signed
eyes
by
out.
him and everything. Yeah,
His favorite player, loves Jaylen Brown. And he's so young and impressionable. I wonder, like, I don't think the kid's probably going to, you know, become a Sixers fan overnight. Maybe he will. I imagine he'll become maybe a little disillusioned with the game. Maybe not watch as many Celtics games, and maybe not fall in love with the sport like how we have all done. Like, and you lose a viewer, and that's gonna, you know, if that's one kid, extrapolate that to the entire NBA public, and every franchise is gonna have that, like a version of that. It's just you're gonna lose You're gonna, you know. I don't know. I don't want to become a league where players are cycling in and out of every single team. That sucks.
I don't
On
want
the
to
other
learn
hand,
new
though,
fucking players every fucking year. I don't want to have to figure out who's on what fucking team every year again. Like, I'm not smart enough for this shit. Like, I want to watch my fucking green team over here, like fuck some people shit up, and like enjoy the players I have for as long as I can because they should be homegrown talent. Should stay home, is what it should be.
I mean, yeah, but on the other hand, though, you kind of we'll see some Celtics fans fall now. It's almost like, I mean, that was me when Paul Pierce got fucking traded. My own last name, I was weeping. But then that's how you really. It's almost like when you're in the playoffs and you need the road team to win for it to start. Like that's how you actually know if you're a Celtics fan when something like this happens and you ride with the team. Like remember the dark ages after that trade? We traded those guys, everyone we loved, the best top 4 or 5 Celtic of all time for fucking Gerald Wallace.
And Kevin Garnett, who is like, you know, immediately a top 10 Celtic all time, even though he's here for 4
immediately.
seasons.
Like, yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
and then we stuck around. You gotta. I'm obviously just joking because you just want the best team at all times. But it does make you a better fan to go through this type of bullshit. That's for sure.
I had so much fun watching those teams though. Like fucking Jordan Crawford, fucking Von Wafer over here. Like,
yeah, you had a lot of fun, dude. They won like 25 games.
Oh hell yeah, because something exciting was happening every night. Something stupid was happening. Shane Larkin was over
Nelson.
here. Phil Pressey was over here fucking throwing like long snapping the ball to Brandon Bass for a fucking jumper. Like it was
Greg Steamsma.
Greg Steams was over there. It was fucking Terrence Williams. Terrence Williams, number 55, wearing the Jordan 28, just an absolute bucket off the bench, dude. Oh my god, we should have played him more.
And to kind of full circle it back to Brad, the guy who took us from the depths essentially was Brad as the head coach. Like he took over the reins, and we immediately became like instantly like a playoff team, and then obviously we got blessed by the Jays, and that we became a title winning team and a legit all time Celtics. Like the Jays Celtics team, any rendition of it, you probably look to the 2024 team. That's the all time team, but like any team around, we became one of the most dominant franchises in the NBA for a decade because of essentially Brad Stevens.
What did you go like 6 out of 8 Eastern Conference Finals at one point? Like we were just. You can just pencil us in like they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals to see if they can make it this year.
Disgusting winning percentage. Like
I say that to say, you call it sloppy. Maybe it was. Maybe it is. Maybe Bradley's losing. I'm not above saying that. Everybody fucks up at their job occasionally. keep the faith in the guy making the right choice. Oh, I believe in Brad. I believe in, I love JB. I'm sad he's not on my team. I'm heartbroken he's not on my team. I love JT. I have all my faith and trust in him. I think we're gonna roll out a pretty competitive team next year, and who knows? Maybe next offseason we have a 7'3" Serbian guy on our team because we traded those picks.
There'd be a lot of bad things that would have to happen in Denver for that to happen. Like I think that sinkhole
They've
would have
been
to
happening.
open up. I think a sinkhole would have to open up underneath Ball Arena, and that would have to disappear for them to fucking start disbanding fucking Nikola Jokic from that team. Like,
Well, maybe that's not up to them. Maybe it's not up to the Denver's front office. Maybe it's up to the.
he's coming up on
The guy.
free agency. I think this is his last year of his contract. I don't think he signed an extension yet, right?
We're
He said he
gonna
would
hit
verbally.
the Nuggets are gonna hit a
I think
weird
probably.
influx. Like they're gonna hit a weird jump off point in the near future if they suck again. Not that they sucked, but
That's the same thing that's happened with every team now with this new CBA. I mean, Jamal Murray's on a max contract, and so is Jokic. So look at that. Now you got 70% of your cap tied up in two guys, and Aaron Gordon's not getting any younger.
Cam Johnson's like not worth his contract, but he's a good player.
He's coming off that contract next year, so they probably won't be able to re-sign him if he does a good year. If he has a bad year, then you can re-sign him. But then it's like he had another bad year, so do you want to re-sign him? Like
They haven't been able to draft well and replenish the stock that way.
Christian Brown, he's been bad, not worth the contract he has. Like
Denver's going to hit a tough spot.
Hey,
I don't know what. So.
Denver's getting into that fucking Milwaukee Golden State fucking range for me right now. Like they haven't done a lot to help out Jokic. Like you have a 2-time back-to-back MVP, a 3-time total MVP, right? Or,
yeah,
3-time MVP, and you're punting
almost fourth this year.
I was gonna say you should be fourth. The Embiid and the Shea one should just add to 1.
Yeah, it should be 5. Like honestly, but I don't know. They're getting to that point.
I mean, we saw Giannis move this year, dude. Like you can never say never.
Well, I think Giannis is in a different point though, because Giannis has been injured a lot, and he was also asked for a trade. Like you could say he didn't ask for a trade, but we all know he asked for a fight.
No, he's asked for a trade. Yeah,
so like it's a little bit different than that. But we've seen Luka get traded. He didn't ask for a trade. So
yeah, at what point does Denver be like, listen, this guy is an all-time great, but we're fucking hemorrhaging cash
to
try and compete. We can't compete. We can't compete with just Jokic. So let's try and like reset this thing. Who knows? There's a lot of dynamics that we'll have to see with Denver. But hey, the Celtics are in the prime spot to make a move now.
You hear me, Bill? I'd give a pinky, a full ass pinky off my hand for Jokic on the Celtics.
I mean, Jacob, I just like he's the Randy Marsh meme for Cream Frage. If the day the Shams bomb drops, Jokic to the Celtics.
I'm getting naked. I'm getting naked immediately. In my bed or something, just laying down naked.
In your bed, fuck it. I'm gonna be running it right down fucking butt ass naked. Like I don't care. I'll just pretend like I was one of the fucking homeless people over there.
Exactly. Just pretend like you're on drugs.
I guess we can end it on this for Jaylen Brown. Next season, let's just say it happens. Jokic to the Celtics for Mitchell Robinson, all the picks for the next decade.
Paul George, yeah.
Is the trade worth it at this point?
Yeah, but I mean, this is also like we're also
conjecture.
Yeah, we're saying that Jaylen Brown is basically going to get traded for Jokic. Was basically,
or if we get the number 1 pick, who knows? Or if it's a crazy ass draft number 1 pick, that'd be pretty insane too.
Yeah, so it's like hindsight's 20/20 if that happens. But what happens when this turns into you traded Paul George for Ayu Dosunmu and like a pick or something like that? Like what happens then? Like, are we happy with this trade?
Ayu Dosunmu is a better player than Paul George. I think that's an improvement.
Yeah, so you probably have to give up one of those picks to get him too. So like you just gave up Jaylen Brown and you got Ayu Dosunmu in a 1st-round pick. It's like
it's tough though because this whole era was built off of a trade that looked good in hindsight but looked bad in the moment because that whole Nets thing. Like the Nets looked like they were going to be pretty serious, and then they just absolutely fucking sucked.
I kind of looked at that Nets team and I was like, that Paul Pierce, like we saw it, he was getting older. Kevin Garnett was not what he was. Like,
I didn't foresee Darren Williams and Brook Lopez sucking like they did.
Yeah, I think the guy Prokop or whoever who took over the Nets there was like he was creaming his jeans and being like, we're gonna add two unbelievable Hall of Fame vets. We're gonna immediately like jump into competing with Brooke, and I think there was like a legit hope there. And obviously we were all younger at the time, less sophisticated basketball fans, dare I say, probably heartbroken about it. So yeah, I think Jacob's right.
I don't think you could find a less sophisticated basketball fan than I am. Like, really.
Well, maybe I'll say more jaded.
we got so many fucking picks for that though. Like that was crazy.
We did.
That's so much more than what we got for this.
I'm telling you, dude, the CBA, you're going to see last 4 pick. Like, you're not going to see guys go for. I mean, Giannis went for it. Jaylen is not Giannis.
I mean, what was
and the
LaMelo
Heat are
trade?
very desperate.
My whole thing is like I'm looking at the LaMelo trade, and it's like they got like five fucking picks and like a couple of good players for LaMelo, and like we got Paul George. I
think the Wolves are stupid
right
too.
Yeah, I think there's always going to be a desperate team, though.
They did the cat trade.
There might always be.
This is what I was saying earlier. There's going to be a desperate team at the beginning of the year that might give up more than Paul George and a couple of firsts for him. I don't really count second round picks as anything because that's just kind of filler. Like second round picks, 99% of the time don't turn into really anything great. Like you have your odd man out, like fucking Jokic, you get your fucking Isaiah Thomases, like you get your serviceable role players most of the time, but like a lot of times you end up with guys that turn into anything.
But if those picks are in the beginning of the second round, which they're aiming to be, that's much more valuable than like, the 56th pick in the second round. If it's the 35th pick, that's going to be a guy who like is going to be contending for a roster spot, might even be an impact player. Because let's be honest, he's probably a first round talent, but he just wasn't, for whatever reason, teams decided to pick other players. It's just, I hear what you're saying.
Andrew Nemhard, I guess, was a good. Nick Claxton.
Yeah, there's got to be a good few ones recently.
There's a bunch of good, Do you
remember Deonte Davis? Deonte Davis, you remember him?
Is his name DeoJantae?
No, Deyoonta. Oh. Deonte Davis. Do you remember him?
Not really.
Because that was the last 31st overall pick the Celtics had in 2016.
Do you know who was drafted 33rd?
That wasn't Brad, though.
You know who's drafted 33rd overall? It's beginning of second round. The most recent Finals MVP, Jaylen Brunson, was picked 33rd.
Yeah, Steve.
33rd pick. Yeah. Well, like I said, there's outliers for sure, but for the most
I know.
part,
But Steve, we crushed those late first round. We've been crushing those late first round picks for the past 5 seasons. Like what? Brad's going to be essentially making 2 picks in that span, and get 2 players like a Peyton Pritchard, like a Ugo, like
Yeah. What scouting flip did we? Who did we hire? Like, who's like in charge of this? Because I feel like the past like 5 drafts have been like very solid, but like for a bit we had a bad reputation.
I think we can, and it's weird.
When did Brad take over for that?
Might have been then.
2021?
No, not 20. Yeah, I think that's right.
So 2021, we drafted the second round Johan Bagaren, who is still in France, has not played, and he never will. 2022,
every 4 years.
Second round, we picked J.D. Davison.
I mean, he's been on the roster forever. He's still on a roster.
Yeah, he's on the Rockets. He's on the Rockets, and they didn't have a guard all year, and they still didn't play him. So
yeah, but they drafted that's not a good example. They drafted a guard in the first 4 picks of a draft and never played him either. So
we got last 2023 second round. We got Julian Phillips.
Who?
Yeah, 2024 we got Anton Watson, and then Baylor Shireman, who he's a good player, but I mean
he's a legit role player.
Yeah, 5 points and 3 rebounds a game.
Okay, dude, Baylor Shireman played a vital role in the Celtics last year.
Started in Game 7 this year. I got to give him credit. He did start in Game 7 of this year. I don't know how that went, but he did start.
What was Ron Harper Jr.?
We didn't pick him. We traded him.
But we I bought his talent.
I'm just talking like our draft picks because that's more important than anything. And Noah Penda last year in 2025. That was our second round pick.
For whatever reason, he has an A+ like potential in 2K26. I remember his name because it's like that unique of a name. I've never seen him play a day of basketball in my life, but
Ugo
But, like,
was our
with-
28th pick,
I
sure.
was gonna say, like Cody was saying though, we've been picking at like 28 and 27 every year, so which is like
Well, that's what he's
essentially
saying.
second
Like,
round.
he's saying we're killing it at these drafts, but like we have 2 good picks out of the last like 5 years.
Pritchard, who's the sixth man of the year, was 23rd. If
Sam
you we're gonna
Hauser.
like 20, anywhere between pick
Well-
20 and pick 40, we have been there, and we've legitimately hashed out one of the most efficient benches in the league there.
Yeah, but I don't want to trade fucking Jaylen Brown for fucking hashing out bench pieces. You know what I mean? I want like players.
But that's where the
now.
league's going.
I'm saying where our draft is okay at that spot, but I mean it's a shit show at that point. Like you'd half the time you're gonna get like a decent bench player that's averaging 5 and 3, and then the other half of the time you get a guy who never leaves France, or fucking Yamadar who's never left fucking I think the Spain league that he's playing in.
But we're never going to get the first round picks, the first overall pick, because we're too good. And we might with who knows with this Clippers pick, and who knows in 2031 with the Sixers pick. That's
Well,
where
I'm
you're
just saying,
hoping you're going to get your
This is all
next franchise
starting with
superstar.
fucking trading like LaMelo. You got 3 first round picks for LaMelo. You saying you couldn't get him 3? You couldn't have waited.
No, they might not have
somebody?
been able to get 3. They might not have, Steve. I legitimately think that the rest of the league is very hesitant to make any moves.
Oh, that's what I'm
Like
saying.
that.
People get desperate. Wait for a team to get desperate. I mean, the Wolves were desperate enough to trade multiple players and 5 picks for LaMelo Ball. Like, a team would have been more desperate to get Jaylen Brown.
But after the next season, we would have to start talking about extension for Jaylen Brown. And that's when it gets really sticky. Are you going to pay him or are you not? And if you are, there's built-in risk either way.
Why didn't the Wolves call for fucking Jaylen Brown? That's what I don't get. Like, you
He
could've put
seems redundant, right?
Yeah, but bring Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards backcourt, like that's 2 absolute dogs in the backcourt. Like,
I mean, the Timberwolves. I don't know what's going on with the Timberwolves. I think I think they fucked up huge. But
Yeah, they're not going to be the same team in like 1 or 2 years. Like I think they're going to blow it up like very soon.
they need to get
gonna
a
be
bigger
going
player that's
somewhere.
good.
Gobert is going to be getting traded somewhere for a power forward that can play, because he makes so much fucking money, and he's eligible for even more money because he won the depoys, and they're not getting any money to pay him.
Maybe he'll be a Celtic. No, I think we picked our.
I don't know
center
what
for the
I
near
would hate
future.
more, watching fucking Hamilton or fucking watching Rudy Gobert try and catch an entry pass.
Yeah,
Both
and-
fucking
and-
brutal.
I honestly love the front court direction because it's like better than last year. And like basically like say Mitchell Robinson is sketchy health wise, so we just basically have our front court from last year then.
Yeah, look, I love the Mitchell Robinson signing, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
everybody talks about, oh, he doesn't help Missoula ball. Like, he's the epitome of Missoula ball. Like, you create
Dude.
more fucking opportunities, you
rebounding
create
goals.
more possessions, you protect the rim, you pressure the rim on the offense, and then you fucking, when you get offensive rebounds, you kick out for more threes. Like, that's like the
Yeah,
epitome of Missoula ball.
he had like the highest offensive rebound rate by far last year. Like even more than Adams per minute. And then Cato is also in the top 10. So our rebounding, and then we have Tatum. Like our offensive rebounding is going to be disgusting next year. That's for sure.
And our
defensive
rebounding, too.
Yeah, both. Yeah, both. That's just more. Yeah, that doesn't stand out as much because it just ends the play. But I remember so many possessions in that playoffs where like a team just like could not end defensive possession because Mitchell Robinson grabbed like 5 fucking straight offensive rebounds. Like that sticks out so much.
He's a dog.
Do you guys think we'll be playing Missoula ball next year? I think Brad pretty much said like we can't win a title playing that.
No, he said that he wants more rim pressure because rim pressure creates threes and layups, which is Missoula ball. Like last year, we did not get enough rim pressure. The only guy that could put pressure on the rim was Jaylen.
And we traded him away. You traded away your number 1 rim pressure guy.
Well, now you got
Jason
rim
can
pressure
too,
and
at
another.
least.
Yeah, Tatum can, and also Mitchell Robinson is a rim pressure in his own way on the roll, which creates openings on the back end of plays and gets teams in rotation. So it's just a little bit different. Like, well, I love Cato, but Cato was never an above the rim threat. Like it was so much fun when he did finally catch lobs, but he was not a lob threat the way like Mitchell Robinson is. Like
You say that as if he's gone. He's going to be here for 4 more years.
oh, for sure. But I'm saying like in the looking at it like Missoula ball, like he was not a rim pressure, rim running center like that. Like not the way that Mitchell Robinson is. So
No. Yeah,
And-
Mr.
and
Robbins is very good.
And the money's good too. Like you can think it might be an overpay. We'll see how the health works out. But we got Kata and Mitchell combined for less than like Jakob Poeltl and like fucking less than Hartenstein. Like two pretty like Hartenstein's getting like 30-something million for a few more years. Like
I mean, how
we got
much did
two
the stiff
people
for the
similar.
from the Jazz to the Lakers go? $130 million.
Yeah.
Walker Kessler.
$130 million for a guy who hasn't played like 500 minutes.
Fucking snow time
Who's-
Lakers is what they're calling him now.
I know, and it's like, is he better than Mitchell Robinson? I don't know, but we got two people like kind of duplicates of Walker Kessler for cheaper. You know what I mean? Like that. I do
one
really
just
like
came
the
off a
front court.
title.
Yeah, I know. Guarded fucking
and
Wemby.
the other guy is one of the best development stories in the NBA. And the other guy is hasn't played basketball in the calendar year.
Who knows how good Cato will be this year? Like honestly, like what the fuck do I expect? I have no.
He's going to be like 26. I'm expecting another leap forward for the guy, which is incredible.
Yeah. We saw a crazy leap last year.
He went from
should have been an
fucking-
MIP.
Yeah, he went from a fucking G leaguer to getting a wave to making the fucking roster to being a starter, like in the span of like 4 years.
He was thrown into a starting position at one of the hardest positions to start in the league at center, and he thrived. I mean, statistically more valuable to the Celtics than Jaylen Brown, according to EPM.
We
As long
we
as we
got to
don't
keep
look
an
at
eye
those,
on
like-
all. You just got to keep an
As
eye
long
on
as you don't
King's
look at
talent.
the Embiid fucking minutes when he's playing against Embiid, then it's like, all right, he might be like the worst
I mean, he got bullied.
EPM
Yeah,
fucking player in the league, but
yeah.
It makes
that
me
was
think
tough.
if the Kings just waived Willie Cauley-Stein earlier, would he have had a different career?
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
no doubt
He
about
for
it.
sure would have. There's also, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he talked on his podcast about his drug addictions in the league. He said
I didn't know that.
he said he's eating like 15 Percocets a day and like drinking every day and shit like that just to get by. So, well, once again, maybe if the Kings fucking waived him and he went to a good organization, maybe they would have like noticed these problems and like tried to help him out. I'm not 100% sure how good the Kings are with that kind of thing, but
There's not
So
much
probably
else
got
to
a
do
lot
in
of-
Sacramento.
Yeah, they got probably a lot of drinking problems there with how the teams run.
yeah, that's tough. So, I mean, hey, shout out to him for getting through all that, starting
Hell
a
yeah,
golf
dude.
career, basically.
Oh yeah.
Love that. Even for a guy like Ben Simmons being like, hey, the NBA hasn't been the best for you. You were good, whatever. It didn't pan out the way you thought it would, but I'm glad you landed on your feet somewhere else. Doing something
God.
else. that you love.
winning fishing tournaments like a fucking
I know
stud.
he's living the
Fishing
fucking
with Ben
life,
Simmons.
dude. Dude's made like
Yeah, and he
150
got
million.
paid, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's made like 150 million. He's just fishing in Australia.
They're probably getting
Rules.
paid
Good
to
for
do
you.
that too. Like he's
Oh,
chances
yeah,
are
yeah.
he's getting paid to do that.
His body's
Yeah.
not gonna break down.
I mean, I don't know, fucking pulling in a fucking marlin like with a bad back doesn't sound like the most fun fucking thing.
Dude, when I pulled in that fucking bass the other day, I was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. Like, I'm exhausted after doing
Oh,
My
that big
fucking
old
back
striper you had over there.
Yeah,
It
it was
is-
only 50 pounds maybe.
It is
50
really
pounds,
funny that he.
fucking unit.
Maybe
It's
not
hilarious
50,
he picked.
seems a little much.
It's hilarious he picked like a sport that's solely back. That's for sure.
Mm.
Like after
All
all his
cord
issues.
back. Who knows? Maybe he's just the guy who like runs the team and he like owns the boat and like other people fish for him. Who knows? Like, but either way,
He
like
pays
he
for everything.
enjoys it. Apparently,
He's
he
out on
enjoys
the
it.
water, dude. It's just fun.
Hey, I know
Um,
fucking when I caught that one striper, it was like 15, 20 pounds, and the fucking it started getting down into the current. I thought I was pulling in a fucking boat. Like it was like holy
It's
shit.
hard. It's fucking hard, dude. Let's move on from the JB trade. Let's just quickly go through the rest of the league. Let's look at the team that Jaylen went to, the Sixers. The moves they've made. They acquired Jaylen Brown and got Paul George off the books. They signed Dean Wade, 4 years, $39 million, and signed Ariel Huckporty. That's a
The
flyer.
Knicks
It's
are
a
losing all of their front court apparently.
Yeah, who's playing center for the Knicks?
Drummond,
Just
they
Cat.
picked him up.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah,
although
they got
Drummond kinda
Drummond.
pieced us up.
Drummond's been beasting everybody up for fucking like 17 years. Like Jesus Christ, this guy will not leave the fucking league.
A team of Jaylen Brown, Embiid, Maxey, Edgecombe, Dean Wade, Anthony Simons, Ariel Huckporty, and who did you just say? Drummond. Is that winning you the NBA Finals?
Well, Drummond's on the Knicks now, but
not with-
Jesus, yeah.
Not with their bench.
the bench
Right,
is
and they're
kind
not going to be able to
iffy.
field one.
The bench is kind of iffy. I mean, you got can't
They
remember-
lost Oubre.
lost Paul George, gained Jaylen Brown. I think that might be a think that might be an advantage there.
But is it though? There's only one basketball. Now they have 3 guys who have over 38% like usage rating.
I mean, hey, like let's be real here. Like Embiid's not around enough for it to matter that much. Like,
yeah, but when he does get back, I can't imagine I'd probably run smoother without him.
it might, but I mean, still, it's nice. It's a nice thing to have. You know, if they can figure out how to make it work the way the Celtics made it work with Porzingis, Tatum, Brown, and Holiday, like I think that they might be able to figure it out with Embiid.
Yeah, but you're also excluding players like Peyton Pritchard, Sam
more guys that
Hauser,
need
who
the
all
ball
play
in their
vital
hands.
roles.
More guys that need the ball.
But they all play
in their hands.
vital roles in a title run. Like
I'm
they
just
don't
saying,
have
like
those
you
guys.
can make it work with guys that are usually high usage rate guys. Like you can find a way to make it work. I don't know. I think they have a puncher's chance at a title. I think they probably have a better chance at a title than the Celtics do right now.
Really? Interesting. That was going to be my question.
With another step up from Edgecombe next year, Maxey was a second team All NBA this year. You now have Jaylen Brown, another Verge first team All NBA, a guy who I think should have been first team All NBA this year. And then Embiid playing, even if he only plays 30 games this year, like you don't need him. You just need him for 16 in the playoffs.
Let me read you their bench though.
You're high on the Sixers, dude. I love it.
Their bench is Lebron Fillon Jr., who they just drafted, the point guard.
That's the guy they drafted.
Yeah,
need him to be huge immediately.
They need him. And then they have Simons, obviously. And then they have Justin Edwards, Dominic Barlow, and Adam Bona. That's their bench.
I mean, look, they're not scorers, but they'll have like important roles. I mean, Adam Bona, I mean, he's only going to get
Edwards was pretty good for them in the regular
Edwards
season.
is going to get better. And who's the other guy you said?
Exactly.
Dominic Barlow.
Dominic Barlow.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dominic Barlow, he played us well in the playoffs anyways.
Yeah, well, we also folded.
So did PG.
But they played against us well, but then they got fucking swept the next round.
Folded up
by the actual champions.
Maybe, Steve. I mean, listen, I think on paper you're right. Like
the odds, I agree with you guys because the odds say it's like a plus 1,300 to win the title this year, and the Sixers are plus 2,000. So they're expecting a big year from Jason Tatum. Is what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a player that's better than Jason Tatum on their team.
No, there's like we said, when he's healthy, there's like you could argue there's 3 guys better than him in the league right now.
Yeah. Jacob, Sixers. Yeah, I think you're more like the Celtics should be better than them this year, even as is, or it's going to be competitive.
Yeah, I think it could be a situation where we like have we have a better record than them, and then we could see how the playoffs actually roll. And it'll just be interesting because I just think they have a lot of things to work out. Like it's a completely different team, and we'll see how it works. And I don't really have much faith in them to figure it out that well. We'll just see how it goes, honestly.
I mean, the Sixers bench was good for them in the playoff, like against us. Like guys like Drummond making a legitimate impact. Oubre, who is always, he's always trick or treat offensively, but he's always 100% hustling. They had, you had Quentin Grimes, who couldn't miss from 3. They had a pretty decent bench, and they showed up. And now, Simons is a good bench player. I'm not gonna say he's not. I just think that those guys are going to get tired, man. And Embiid is always a risky bet, so it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of built-in risk with the team.
My whole thing is in the playoffs, your bench gets cut anyways. You're cutting your bench down to 2 or 3 guys anyways in the playoffs.
But it doesn't. It doesn't though, and not anymore. The Knicks just rolled out goddamn what's his name? Fucking the short Latin dude.
Alvarado.
Yeah, like he's like their
Clarkson
8th guy, 9th guy.
I was gonna say Clarkson played a decent bit too.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think that's how it rolls anymore, man.
I mean, the Spurs probably should have cut their bench down. They probably shouldn't have been playing fucking Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes as much. But
yeah, I mean, they
maybe they should have fucking played their bench more because they should have played the Harper,
Carter Bryant,
and Carter Bryant and Harper. Well, Harper starts with them now, right?
I mean, like you're saying with like Embiid's injury, like if Embiid gets injured this year, they're absolutely fucked in the front court. Like they'll have an undersized Bona starting, and then Huck Porty as their only other center.
I'll tell you what, I always have an undersized Bona. Yeah, that is true. Like Embiid's gonna have to be as healthy as he's ever been.
Yeah, they've literally no big insurance.
And then not any money to get one. Like they're gonna have to get some. I mean, Ariel Huckporty's gonna play legitimate minutes, I imagine. And
Yeah.
he couldn't find any for the Knicks.
They're gonna need Dean
You
Wade
got
to
to
play
imagine
40
though,
some
like
minutes.
the regular season, they're not really going to give a shit about that too much, though. I mean, like a regular season, just basically get through the regular season, get to the playoffs, and make sure Embiid's healthy. But
I mean,
like
shit,
we've
they
seen
didn't
them
do
play
it
this
year.
fucking card before, and it never works. Like Embiid's always hurt anyways. But I think just strictly from a puncher's chance, I think that they have a puncher's chance at a title, just with that team.
Yeah.
built.
Fair analysis on that. Speaking of puncher's chance, Miami Heat. Obviously, they acquired Giannis and Bobby Portis from Milwaukee. Gave away Harrow. Jesus, who the fuck they give
Jaime
away? Harrow,
Jaquez.
Jaquez, and Kellel, and a bunch of picks. So that's the splash. The option and extension to Andrew Wiggins, and then so he opted into his contract and extended for 2 more years, $64 million over the total of 3 years. Signed Tim Hardaway for $6.5 million. Re-signed Simone Fontecchio for $2.5 million. And
You want
who
to
else
talk
did they
about
lose?
a brutal fucking bench?
Yeah, I was just gonna
That's
say
a
that.
brutal
Talk about
bench.
some bad depth.
They
got
have
bad
no
depth.
guards on that team. I think Norris Cole's gonna come off of the fucking the coaching staff and start playing point guard for him. Like
Mario
this is
Chalmers.
brutal. Yeah.
And their starting five is still shaky too. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah,
Offensively, it's super shaky.
like Davion Mitchell was good last year, and he's a very good defender. But he's your 1 point guard.
Andrew Wiggins is trick or treat.
Yeah, and they're starting Tim Hardaway Jr. as their core shooting guard, and they have no backup shooting guard either.
Yeah, Norm Powell.
Miami Heat.
Back.
What, are they going to win the title?
No, they're 47 win team this year, maybe. Just because you have Giannis and your defense is going to be so good that you're just gonna. If you're gonna build your team on defense, some teams are just gonna be like, "Fuck it, it's the 4th game in 5 nights, and we don't care enough to try and fucking work this offense to try and attack Bobby Portis." Like,
I mean, you're gonna have to hit your shots because good luck like getting that ball on the inside.
good luck breaking up down the perimeter defense. I mean, even Bam as your center as a perimeter defender is like great. Like,
yeah, and if you get by him, guess who's waiting for you in the paint? Giannis, dude. Fuck.
It's gonna be pretty funny. It's gonna be funny to see Giannis as the power forward, and he's like 2 or 3 inches taller.
I mean, do we have odds on fucking Giannis for Depoy this year?
That might be too soon. Maybe not though.
Well, it's in the dirt because of Wemby. You got to remember.
True.
Regardless of how good someone's gonna be, the odds are tough. Probably.
I imagine the Heat will have 2 guys in the top 10 in the ladder. Let's say for Depoy.
Giannis is at plus 5,000. Him and Bam are both plus 5,000. It goes Victor is a minus 350 to win Depoy, which is always so funny to see. And then
That's hilarious. The first time that anyone's ever been a minus in that award.
Second time, I think it was a minus last year too. Chet's a plus 1,200. Asar is a plus 25. Gobert is a plus 3. Scotty Barnes a plus 4.
Scotty Barnes.
And then Bam, Giannis, and Evan Mobley are all tied at 5. I mean, shit, you want to talk about snow time Lakers, you can get Walker Kessler at plus 10,000 odds if you want.
He's going to have to play like if the Lakers have any shot. Yeah, Heat, we just thought, we'll see. The Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, my God.
Probably going to be the worst team in the East. I mean, obviously they added Arrow, Kello, Jaquez, and Yakachonis. Drafted Nate Ament. Acquired Karis LeVert from Detroit for Gary Harris and Taurean Prince. That's about it.
It's such a weird trade, too.
It's stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff.
I mean, Detroit, I guess it makes sense to them to get a couple of decent players because Karis LeVert wasn't really playing last year. He's another trick-or-treat guy. Like, when he plays the Celtics, he might have 50. Plays you, he might have fucking 12.
That's such a
decent guy. That's bold.
Dude, DeJounte Murray always feels like that. He's like never healthy. He's always healthy against us and always gets like 50 fucking points.
You remember that fucking game he had against us where he had like 45 on 45 shots?
I think it was like
oh
his
my
third
God, he
game
cooked
back.
you guys for 45. It's like, dude, he took like 40 shots to get 45 points. He didn't cook anybody. Just nobody else on the Pelicans was shooting that night.
Oh, boy.
I mean, it's going to be a fucking
Raptors.
race to the bottom between them, the Nets, and the who's the third team that's going to be tanking this year in the
The
East?
Grizzlies.
No, in the East.
Well, they're in the West.
Oh, fuck.
I don't think there is another a 13 tanking in the East. I think everybody else is like, yeah, we're gonna be somewhere in the playoff hunt.
The Bulls, I guess, but I don't think they think like that. But
well, they did it last year. They finally like made a choice to do something.
yeah.
The Raptors acquired Kawhi Leonard from the Clippers for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a pick swap. Now, on its face, good deal. But as of today, that deal is in jeopardy, per reports, pending how the investigation into the aspiration scandal stuff pans out. Could be, imagine if the trade gets rescinded.
Well, they said that the Raptors can still go through it if they want, but they would just be taking on all of the responsibility and all of, like, if anything ever happens to Kawhi, like, it's on them. So, like, they're going to be getting punished for it too. So I don't know whether they want to do that or not, because, you know, if he does get suspended, like, they're not going to get anything back for it. They're just going to have traded all these players and have a guy who doesn't play. But Kawhi's also already talking about signing an extension there, isn't he? Didn't he already decide that he's going to sign like a 2-year extension with them?
Something like that.
He has a year and 50.3 remaining. I don't have anything about him signing an extension, but he's coming up for one.
Yeah, I think verbally he said he was going to sign the extension. So, like, if you're going to trade for him, he's going to sign the extension anyways. Like, you might as well just be like, fuck it. If he gets suspended for this year, we have him for 2 more years after this. Like,
yeah, and the Raptors are still going to be an okay team. Maybe not a title contender.
talk about a fucking defensive menace of a team between him and fucking Scotty Barnes.
Really?
Yeah.
I know they're going to be awful to play. They got some good Tatum. Not like I think Tatum's good enough to go above it, but it's going to be a tough Tatum game, that's for sure. Like very well matched up. Yeah.
I feel like we always kind of struggle against the Raptors, although not this season. We've handled them. But
yeah. Also, but one thing that's funny about this whole thing is that the Raptors will be fine because their owner is deciding it. He's the governor.
Right.
Yeah, he's the governor. He's like literally the person who makes this decision how he's punished. So I think the Raptors will do fine in this situation. I don't. They're in complete control.
Yeah, like he's gonna get suspended for half a season and be back for the playoffs. And when he probably should miss the entire season.
It's an absolute no-brainer, and you know that they're the one also laying the punishment down.
I was gonna say, if it is not, like, let's just say the trade gets rescinded entirely, I kind of want the Jaylen Brown trade to get rescinded entirely because that Clippers pick is going to be super valuable. Like, that's tough. Don't love that for us, but we'll see.
Well, if the trade gets rescinded because the Clippers are getting fucked, though, that on the other, like, you know what I mean? If they like literally can't play Kawhi or something, however it happens, we'll see. But or if they lose a bunch
also,
of I don't know.
You get the better of the Sixers and the Clippers pick that year too. So, like, if you think that the Sixers are going to have the problems that they're going to have, then that might actually be a decent pick too.
Yeah, but they're going to be better than the Clippers, even if they are mediocre.
Yeah, the Clippers are going to be bottom third of that conference.
Is it? It's chosen after the lottery. I always forget about that. Like we're not like locked in to like the best odds. Like we get to, because the lottery is pretty crazy.
Whichever one is the better pick, it doesn't matter what the odds are for anything.
I mean, that's the thing. Like the Sixers could have worse odds, and we just, you know what I mean? Like with how
they could end up with a better pick.
I was gonna say, with how the draft works, it kind of helps us. Like we kind of get 2 chances at this, like more even
swaps. I feel like are going to be so big going forward for trades the way the new lottery is set up. Because like, if you get screwed, if you get like stuck with like, I don't know, the Jazz pick, and they suck for like 3 straight years, like, all right, well, this pick now like is like the 17th pick in the draft. But it's like, hey, if I can swap the Jazz pick and like the Clippers pick, and the Clippers have been decent, then all of a sudden they had a shit year. Now that's the 5th pick. That's worth way more, you know?
Yeah.
I like how we found our way back to the Celtics.
I know.
Well, there's a big ass fucking green background behind us, so.
Well, it says on my goddamn shirt.
I gotta get some more Celtics shit.
In my head.
Fucking my Buccaneers fucking jersey on my Cadillac Williams.
Yeah, dude. The Cavaliers extend Donovan Mitchell, max extension, 4 years, $273 million, with an option in 2030-31. Full trade kicker. That is the fucking full shebang.
That's a player option in 2031, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, like, let's triple down on a team that's made the Eastern Conference Finals one time and didn't compete in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like,
Well, they did for one game, and then the Knicks had the greatest comeback in playoff history and beat them.
Just to
In the fourth
suck
quarter.
their soul out. Yeah, their soul is destroyed.
Man, that is you want to talk about getting off of a player before you have to do this. The Cavs are like, fuck it, we're not even thinking about that. Just fucking auto pay that shit.
They're paying him $7 million until his mid-30s. That's tough.
an undersized guard who doesn't play defense and has bouts of inefficiency as a scorer. We're gonna give him $70 million at 33 years old.
At least the Celtics had an internal debate about is the player, and Jaylen Brown is a much better player than Donovan Mitchell, obviously, but at least we are at the position where we had to weigh both sides evenly. The Cavaliers are just that's how you know it's a bad front office, where they're like, fuck it, we got the player, we gotta let's overpay him into that's a form of late 2000s basketball mentality, where it's just the player's just turning 33, let's re-up him for 4 more years. We don't care what the last year looks like. That's going to be crippling for them, because they're not going to be able to move him, especially with the full trade kicker. It's who's going to pay that extra money for a guy who's going to eat up well over a third of their cap?
Yeah. No, it honestly screamed to me that they don't care as much about contending as they care about just not being super irrelevant. Because I think they're oh, we're the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's tough for us to rebuild quick. We're not that much of a destination. Let's at least stay in the playoff race. It's almost like their calculus, how you're saying about hemorrhaging money. They'd probably be oh fuck, we're gonna be irrelevant if we don't have Donovan Mitchell. So we gotta
let's get 3
relevant.
more years of decent contention level, not
good
title
ticket
division,
sales,
but deep in the East. Yeah, let's get 3 years of that revenue being in the conversations. Maybe we can, get a free agency on the fly, but it's not a destination.
Stop me if you've heard this before, but I mean, maybe they're hoping for an Evan Mobley jump next year.
Well, that's also another thing, is that this is very much an immediate, we're here for the immediacy of the future. Evan Mobley is going to have to take a huge leap for them to actually compete. Listen, he's 25.
I know.
We're waiting for this huge leap every year, and he's been the same player for the last 3 years.
Which is a very, very good player.
He's a very good player. I'm never going to argue he's not a very good player, but I don't have faith that he's all of a sudden going to turn into a 25 a game scorer. I don't.
Yeah.
I was going to give you great defense, but he's never going to be a guy you can throw the ball to, get his own bucket. He's never going to.
But are you sure at 25?
Are you need him to be
He would have done it by now.
Number 2.
Yeah, he's going to get paid a championship number 2 if he's not already. I don't know what his contract situation is, but and you also. I know that you don't care about competing because James Harden is still on your roster, and we know what he does in the playoffs.
James Harden declined his player option, which was $42.3 million, and he's working a new multi-year extension. So.
Yeah, fuck
good for James, dude.
Fuck having him for 1 more year and getting him off our books. We want him on there for the next 3 years on our books. That's how we.
Hopefully he's a dude and be I'll take a pay cut, but that don't strike me as, old James.
That's not Jimmy. That's not Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's not Jimmy.
I
will never blame a player for going to get the bag, because that shit can get taken away from you so quick. One injury,
dude, I fucking
one
love
thing
him.
If you play in Cleveland, get your bag, dude. If you're playing in that city, you're not going to get any
strip clubs there. That shit sucks.
Any city, go get a bag. I mean, shit. We talked about Chandler Parsons earlier. He signed a max contract, and that summer he got in a car accident and he was never the same. And he never got another contract in the NBA, I don't think. So that shit can get taken away from you real quick. So we'll get that bag whenever you can.
No, I think it's I love it for James Harden. I absolutely hate it as a basketball fan.
I love it as a basketball fan. I get to make fun of Cleveland more.
Did you guys see Reggie Bullock's Island?
Yeah, you bought an island.
Reggie Bullock has an island.
It's an island for $1 million or something like that, and it's a nice fucking tiny little island out in the Bahamas or something like that.
I don't want to be discussing Bullock's Island in 2035, man.
Oh, sure.
We're already on the Epstein Island. Don't want to talk about Bullock's Island. I'm sure there's a lot more above board items going on there.
I'll tell you what, if I ever hit the lottery, now that I know that I can buy a small island, I hit that Powerball, like I'm gonna get a little island out there, and we're all gonna fucking fish all day.
What's he gonna do though? Like, how is he just gonna live there?
I guess
Party
he
like
does,
a
yeah.
fucking multimillionaire because he has a fucking island. Like who the fuck?
Yeah, but
probably
Reggie
just
Bullock couldn't have
invested
made
that
that
shit.
much money.
He made like 100 million and plus.
No way. Reggie Bullock
He
made
was in the-
100 million
He was in the
plus.
league for like 10 years.
I'll look it
Listen,
up.
I hate the CBA, but maybe there was some logic there, being like Reggie Bullock's making 100 million over the course of his career. Are we sure
Well, like,
that's right?
dude, this is not like he doesn't have an island like the fucking Virgin Mobile guy has that fucking
No.
crazy island, but he has like an island with like probably like a house on it, like the Dragon Ball Z island or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
I
yeah. It
imagine
looks like a
Reggie Bullock's
resort.
island is the island that looks like SpongeBob's island on the thing, like the little
Yeah,
mound.
well, that's what I was saying. Like the Dragon Ball Z island. Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen that with just like the one hut and a couple of fucking palm trees on it. Like that's all it is.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's he ain't got the the compound on it.
What's the word, Jacob? How much did he make? What's the island look like? What do we got?
I looked up how much he made, and I overshot a bit. He made 53 million, but I mean that's still fucked on. And if you invest a few of that right, you're set for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
I don't remember who was on the podcast that was talking about it, but he said that like his brother was running his finances for him or something like that, and like he would just get like game checks and all like his bonuses and everything like that would like go into like savings and investment stuff like that. So he's like, oh, I only have like 10 grand in the bank. Like I don't have that much money, but he's signing like $20 million contracts or something like that. So he's just living off like the 10 grand at a time. He's not like, so then all of his money just got invested over time, and now he's like retired and living good. Like,
Holy
good-
fuck! I hope it's not Michael Porter. His brother Jonte's handling his finances.
That's why Michael Porter keeps playing. Like he's gonna be 50-something years old playing in China.
I just sent it. It's a fucking heart-shaped 5-acre private island resort located off Belize.
Oh, good for him, dude. That actually sounds like a fucking rule.
I just sent it, dude. It looks fucking awesome.
dude, that
It
is
literally
so
looks like
sick.
the richest resort ever.
That's a fucking sweet. That literally looks like a nice resort. That is good for Reggie Bullock, dude.
He bought
Wow.
that shit.
They bought it for 10 million.
Famously brought the Dookie braids to.
Yo, is that the number 5 for his fucking jersey number at the bottom right there too?
That's hilarious. If so,
You got a little basketball court on there.
Of course, dude. He's a hooper for life.
Dude,
Reggie,
that
send
is-
us an invite. We'll come.
I'll hang out with Reggie Bullock in a second. That fucking rules.
Yeah, he clearly has life figured out. So he seems like a nice,
Yeah.
chill dude to me, honestly.
Absolutely.
He just wants an island to chill on, bring like some nice people with them.
Yeah. Thomas Bryant and Dennis Schroeder re-up for a year, veteran minimum. And that is your Cleveland Cavaliers.
Dennis Schroeder coming back is
They didn't even like
hilarious.
trust him in the playoffs.
I feel like Dennis Schroeder's the guy that you should trust in the playoffs. Like I feel like he's he's not gonna like win you a game in the playoffs, but he's also not gonna lose you a game. Like he's like a guy who you can trust off the bench to ball handle for you for a little bit. And
No,
you know he's
dude,
gonna
obviously the
pass
Cavs have it figured out. You trust James Harden over him in the
Give the
playoffs.
ball to Jimmy Harden.
You got a 50%
Duh.
shot at a good game, but you have 50%
Yeah.
chance it's the worst game ever.
You have a 50% chance he gets 6 points in a playoff, an elimination game.
Or he gets more turnovers than field goals made.
Yeah, man, he was brutal in those playoffs against the Knicks. He like that's when he was like, oh fuck, James Harden's actually old. Like he's
Yeah.
not getting back on defense. He's not doing that. He's just
He was just
chucking the
throwing it out
shots.
of bounds too. Like his turnovers were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Gotta
Cavaliers,
give that guy a multi-year extension.
Cavaliers paper tiger season part 100. I don't.
I mean,
That's
listen, they
17.
made it to the ECF, so it's a successful season, no matter which way you slice it.
Yeah, look, I'll give him credit for making the ECF, but I mean, like to be fair, like you went against the Sixers in the second round, so like
They did beat the one seed.
battle of frauds is what it was. It was a battle of who's the bigger fraud, the Sixers or the fucking.
I mean, they beat the one seed in their own conference, and they ended up losing in the ECF to the team that won the finals. There is a way you could spin it where it's like, okay, maybe we
But
got
also-
something.
That also they went to game 7 with the Raptors, and the fucking Pistons went 7 with the fucking Magic. Though that was a weird ass Eastern playoffs. That's for sure.
Yeah, the Sixers, dude, beating the Celtics. That is, it started off weird. But speaking of your defending champions, the Knicks signed Landry Shamet to a 4-year extension. Give him a little reward. He was playing legit minutes for them. I mean, good for Landry Shamet.
God. He was literally averaging like 50% from three. Fucking deserves that shit.
He was money in the finals. Like, as soon as
Yeah.
that ball hit his hand in the corner, I was like, oh, that's three. Like, get back on defense.
Yeah, fugly bastard, but he can hoop.
He is fucking
he can
fugly,
fucking
yeah.
hoop. Good for him. He's make more money than I'll ever make in my life. So joke's on me. I'm fugly and poor. He's fugly and wicked rich and a champion.
He's got an island somewhere. We know it.
It's Shaman Island. Andre Drummond, 1 year, $3.8 million. Jordan Clarkson re-signed for, I think, veteran minimum. Jalen Brunson had surgery on his wrist. So they obviously lost Mitchell Robinson. That's the biggest thing that happened to them.
They re-signed Jose Alvarado too, I think.
Yep. I think to like the minimums.
Dude, can you think of anybody that had a better fucking summer than Jose Alvarado? He's from New York. He was back on they had the Puerto Rican Day parade. He was on a float, so having a great time at that. Then a week later, they had the fucking Knicks championship parade. So
best part about his year, he got out of New Orleans.
For real.
So
I mean, look,
that's
to
a
be
huge
fair
win.
to him, like New Orleans, if it wasn't New York, he probably would have enjoyed New Orleans more.
It is a great city.
because it's a party. Yeah,
He's a party city, and like he was getting minutes on New Orleans because like who the fuck else is New Orleans gonna play? Like they loved him in New Orleans, but I mean he went home to New York and won a championship. And like parade, if there's a parade today in New York, he's on a float. Like he's just gonna be the parade, the leader of the parade.
Life. We make fun of Zion for his weight issues and stuff, and not, he's a professional athlete. Obviously, his body should never be in question. He should be his number one asset. But yeah, the food, dude.
The food in New Orleans is so
just eating gumbo.
No shit. If it would be the number one state I'd want to move to for food reasons, and I'd be 400 pounds, and I'd probably be dead in my 40s. Although I'm probably heading that way anyways.
Shit, you'd find me dead at the fucking aquarium down there, fucking staring at the fucking fish, having a fucking widowmaker heart attack over here. Just put me out of my misery. Dude, they found a way to make fucking alligator taste good down there, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
they're cooking up dinosaurs down there and making it taste good. Like, they're fucking unbelievable with the food.
Yeah. Hornets, we talked about it ad nauseum. Obviously, we don't have to go into it detail. Traded LaMelo, get a shit ton of picks. Traded Miles Bridges to Phoenix, get Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal. Acquired Dorian Finney-Smith and 3 second-round picks from Houston as part of a salary absorption move. Picked up Pat Connaughton's option. Pat Connaughton, a name I haven't heard in fucking 5 years.
Since him and Grant Williams were battling it out in the fucking Eastern Conference Finals.
Seriously, now they're on the same team. I think, right? Grant's still on.
I think.
Yeah.
You think that fucking NBA players, when they're on the same team, talk shit to each other about times they crossed each other up and dunked on each other?
Gotta.
I mean, yeah, probably as a joke. Be like, hey, dude, remember that time I cooked your ass? And
like, fucking, you think Tatum is like talking shit to Paul George? Like, hey, you remember when you were covering me on the Clippers and I just hit you with that fucking back cross and you fell down at a 3 to tie the game with 3 seconds left? Like, you remember that? Like,
I think Tatum thinks that, but he strikes me as the guy who wouldn't bring that up out of respect.
Yeah, Tatum doesn't see. Well, Jaylen Brown, though, on the other hand, like he might be that kind of guy to be like, hey, you remember when I fucking put you in the fucking body bag because you thought you could jump with me? Like,
yeah, Jaylen would absolutely say that.
You think he's already talking shit to Embiid? You think like he's called and like, hey, don't worry, dude, I'm not going to dunk on you this year, like, except for maybe.
Well, that's another chemistry thing where it's like this guy. It's the untalked about things is like Jaylen's gonna have to go to a team that he's fucking hated for his entire career and destroyed and like has not loved him. And the fans don't love him. Like there's gonna have to be an adjustment period for egos and all that. But
the fans are gonna love him in Philly after like a month.
If you win, it don't matter. Yeah,
dogging everybody. Like even if they don't win, like him, if they see how hard he plays on defense every night, and like they're gonna love him.
Yeah, hard not to love that guy. The Wizards acquired DeAndre Ayton from the Lakers for Jaden Hardy and 2 second-round picks. Ayton, good for him.
Some AD insurance.
Sign and trade Chris Middleton in a 6-team deal that sends D'Angelo Russell and picks out to Memphis. I didn't even look into that. I'm like 6 teams. I'm not rating that.
The 2 biggest names in that are Chris Middleton and D'Angelo Russell. It's like, yeah, I think that we can. I think when the season starts and I see them on their new teams, I'm like, oh, hey, cool, they're over there. Like, all right.
Listen, if this was 2019, this is a blockbuster move.
yeah, basically.
Chris Middleton. tween hezzy jumper.
Nets acquired Julius Randle from Minnesota, re-signed Daron Sharp and Josh Minot. Shout out to Josh.
Oh,
2
yeah,
years,
Josh, get the
$9 million.
bag.
Keon Ellis, they signed from Sacramento.
Sacramento was like,
gonna
yeah, you know, this guy that's pretty good and young or whatever, and don't give a fuck about him. Classic Kings.
And the Nets are like, oh, what? He plays guard? We'll take him. We'll take him. We
exactly.
need another guard, for fuck's sake.
Do the Nets like know something that we don't know? Like, if the Nets looked at all the drafts coming up and been like, hey, there's going to be no guards in the next like 8 drafts, and we're just going to have all of them, so you're going to have to call us for shit, or
Short answer, Steve, I don't think the Nets know anything more than us. I don't think they do. I think they're zagging when everybody else is zigging, but they're
their
like
zag
playing
is
their
like
own
going
game.
straight into the fucking mud, like next to the fucking racetrack, and they're stuck.
Their zag is a right angle. Yeah, it's like I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Worst team in the East, I think, by a long shot.
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls signing Norman Powell, 2 years, $45 million. Chicago gets another good player. I mean,
I was gonna say, may as well. They have a lot of cap room. Like it's a no-brainer to me. It's like a guy that can kind of teach the vets, the rooks, like how to score the damn ball, and also kind of he's a workhorse. Obviously, I mean, he was kind of broke out in his late 20s.
I mean, he's a good player. I like Norm Powell was
Yeah.
just on a night-to-night basis. He's like, you can pencil him in for 20. Nick Claxton too, another solid veteran they bring in.
Who did they draft this year?
Wilson,
Wilson,
the 4th pick. Yeah,
Caleb Wilson, who Bill was like literally so high on. That's for sure.
I mean, is he going to be like a Nick Claxton but can score kind of player? I know he's like a power forward
he's
right out of North
like
Carolina.
No, I thought he was the guy who got compared to Kobe.
No, that's Peterson. Wilson, yeah, Wilson's a
Oh.
power forward.
Yeah.
Oops.
So it's kind of a fucking logjam at power forward here.
I mean, they got Bazelis, who's had a pretty good breakout season last year, and it's a solid guy. But hey, bring in more talent.
Like you need as many forwards and power forwards as you can get in the East with like the way everybody's built. You got Giannis, you got Bam, you got fucking Tatum,
yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns. Like you need power forwards. Embiid, just throw a couple extra
JB.
bodies at him. Like that's a big power forwards coming back, boys.
Hell yeah. 2004. Can you hear me? Kevin Huerter signs with the Pistons. Weird that they doubled down on that failure. John Collins sign and trade for Beef Stew. Kind of a trade-off, although Beef Stew was one of the best rim protectors in the league last year.
John Collins could still be pretty good though.
They just wanted some
Yeah.
stretch ability.
More
in there,
refined
it seems.
offensively than Beef Stew, but not as good defensively. So it's just kind of a flip on that one.
Yeah. Karis LeVert to get off the books. They get Gary Harris and Taurean Prince. So
And we don't know what's going to go on with Darren yet.
Duran's still an RFA. Yeah. The Pacers looking to come back. Larry Nance Jr. and Kelly Oubre Jr. They've signed those guys. Good two good bench. I mean, Larry Nance is a bit long in the tooth, but Kelly Oubre is a solid bench player.
I feel like
Larry
Zubac
Nance-
basically feels like a free agency too, like almost like how AD and Trey feel like free agency for the Wizards. I feel like we haven't even seen Zubac, so it's like I feel
Yeah.
like they're definitely an improved team going into next year.
Absolutely.
I think that Halliburton, if he comes back healthy, and Larry Nance will be fun. Like, I still think
yeah.
like Larry Nance can still get.
I mean,
up
they
there.
still got Siakam there. They still got like Toppin. They still got their own. They got a bunch of dudes out there.
Nemhard.
Neesmith.
Magic bring back Nikola Vucevic, 1 year, $3.9 million.
That'll fix it.
Thank you,
Good job,
Vooch.
Magic.
Thanks for everything, Vooch.
It's funny that that's all the Magic did. Like, what the fuck, dude? I mean, I guess they changed their coach, but like,
I mean, what else can they do?
I guess
They're
I
at
mean,
a
kind
they're at a
of blow it up.
fucking- Yeah, they're
just
at a
have
tough
to.
point too.
You have to. blow
Are
it
you
up.
at a spot where you can pay Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner 70% of your cap and win? Like, I don't.
I just
That's
don't
what I
think
mean. I
that
thought they'd
Franz-
trade one.
To be fair, I don't think that Franz deserves a full max contract. Doesn't play enough.
Paulo doesn't deserve one, statistically. He's one of the most
Paulo-
inefficient players in the NBA.
Isn't Paolo a lot younger though than Franz?
No, I wouldn't say a lot. I say they're probably 2 years between them.
Yeah, not too different. I think I'd put money at like
For
Franz
some
is,
reason, I thought Franz was
24,
like 4 or
25.
5 years older than fucking Paolo, but
Probably because you're thinking of Moritz, who is 5 years older than Paolo, probably. Morris is no longer on the team, I don't think. Atlanta acquire Aaron Wiggins from Oklahoma City for 2 second-round picks and Devin Carter from Sacramento. I mean, they drafted him. Sacramento drafted him in the first round, I'm pretty sure, 2 years ago. That's the Kings for you.
Sacramento Kings again.
Re-sign Jock Landale for $14 million in overpay.
Probably, yep.
Jock Landale
And-
for 14. I don't know. I mean, we're giving
Jock Landale shouldn't be
Nimi-
making $14 million.
It's only 1 year, so at least they got that.
Finish the sentence.
paying
Nimi's making how
Nimi
much?
next year. After like this year coming up, he's on 2.7, but after that, he's making like 13.
Who would you rather have on your team?
I mean, I just have a love for Nimi that exceeds everything. I might want Nimi over Giannis at this point. I don't know.
You want Nimi on your team over Jock Landale because he's a much better player than Jock Landale.
I don't think Jock Landale was that bad last year, but maybe that's just me.
No, he's not. He's not. I'm shitting on him. But
I mean, 13 million or 14 million looks like a ton, but like with the way the cap is now, it's not crazy.
yeah,
You probably
they
just
still
got
have
lucky.
interest in bringing Kuminga back on the RFA. Is that right?
I was seeing some weird things like that they do a sign and trade with like the Lakers for Vanderbilt, but that might just be talk.
Yeah. Speaking of, move over to the Lakers. LeBron James informed the Lakers he will play elsewhere. Obviously, we're still waiting for that shoe to drop. What team he signs with? They acquired Walker Kessler from Utah for 31 and 33 unprotected first-round picks and 28 and 2030 swaps. Big double down on a guy who we have talked about doesn't play much basketball. And even then, and then you re-sign him for $130 million. It's like, what are we doing here? I'd rather pay Jock Landale $14 million.
I'm going to talk about fucking cap hell. I mean, that team's got Luka. Austin Reeves just signed for a extension. I think it might have been a max extension. Now you're paying Walker Kessler too.
They got Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton, Sandro Mamikashvili, like a bunch of good shooting options, scoring, but boy, those centers are going to be taxed. Like,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of defense coming.
How much you want
Sandro
to
was
bet
good
that,
last year.
What's his name that just got waived by the Nuggets ends up over there?
Oh, Giannis.
Yeah, how would you want to bet Valanciunas ends up on the Lakers now?
Yeah, I mean,
That'd be
seriously,
hilarious.
but they are trying to recreate that Mavericks team.
Well, they're trying
Basically.
to recreate the fucking whitest team that they've ever fucking seen. Like, Jesus Christ, they're trying to recreate the Minneapolis Lakers at this point. I mean,
Obviously, they re-upped. Did they re-upped? They re-upped on Austin Reeves.
yeah, they
Yeah.
got an extension. They got a max extension.
Yeah. Lakers, I mean, listen, Luka's that good of a player. He could he's the water that rises all tides and boats. So,
He's done it before.
Well, like Jacob
Let's see.
always tells us, I mean, Austin Reeves gets a good fucking rap for some fucking reason, even though he's like the same player as Trae Young, and older.
Yeah, I don't think he's a max player, that's for sure.
That's kind of tough
Yeah.
to wrap 35% of your cap into Austin Reeves. But hey,
yeah, this
only
seems like
player
a
of the game.
little. This seems a little rushed. Like I don't know why the Lakers thought they had to push all these chips in right now. I mean, Luka's what, 27? You know, like you got at least another year before you really got to consider, fleshing out the championship team around him. But that's the year of assets and moves and the way things break. You know, you're LA. Everybody wants to play for you.
I mean, it's also like,
so-
look at the way the Mavericks built their team and how they made the finals. It was like Luka with like shooting, rim running, and defense. And it's like,
Yeah, and I mean,
you
listen,
brought in none of those things to help Luka on the Lakers.
well, he brought in shooting. The defense is kind of the issue. Although that's where Walker Kessler comes in, right? Like,
I mean, do we trust Walker Kessler to be like prime 2012 Dwight Howard? Because that's what they're going to need back there. Because
they're
like
certainly paying for it. Like, he is.
Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic are not stopping the ball at the top of the fucking key.
But if you look at it, it is like very similar to the team.
Yeah, they got the
Like
Kyrie,
in the
lesser
Kyrie spot, you got Austin Reeves.
and a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
But
Jacob, what were you saying?
It's funny too with the conversation. Like Reeves is kind of in the weird like age situation where people like kind of are predicting him to be like a breakout young star. But do you know that he's 28? Like Austin Reeves
Really?
is the same age. Like he's older than Luka, which is kind of insane. So that's
Yeah, look,
also
I
why.
got to-
re-up.
Yeah, for Max,
And shout out to him. I mean, he's an undrafted player, and he's
very charismatic.
Undrafted.
too.
I
Yeah,
always
true.
forget about the fact that he's undrafted because he said he didn't want to play for any of those teams. So I guess
he's
you're
done
right.
it
Yeah,
well.
I forget. I always forget that fact. I always just see undrafted. but he's not really.
Yeah,
He's not
I
like a
mean,
Ben Wallace undrafted where like he's a Hall of Famer.
he's a good story. He's a guy who bet on himself, doubled down, and he's getting paid for it. And we always love to see that in the NBA.
He's a
No
very
matter
nice
what
guy, it
you
seems,
think of the
too.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like him as a guy. I think
Me
he
too.
like
He's
is
a
a good
guy I would
teammate
go
as well.
golfing with. Like seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only shoot
Golden
on
State
people's
War- I'm
perception
sorry.
of him. But I only shoot on people's perception
Yeah.
of him, not him. Because he's.
Yeah,
I
we're only
like- I
looking
do
at
like
basketball here.
Yeah.
Like we don't talk about anything outside of basketball when it comes to people, right?
Don't love the asset for the price. Love
Yeah.
the guy.
Exactly.
Golden State Warriors re-signing KP 2 years, $40 million for a guy who plays less than 40 games a year, and is going into his middle to late 30s.
And when he
Option
does-
Draymond Green.
When
But-
Kristaps can play too, he can't breathe anymore, which sucks.
Yeah, they still have that crazy thing going on with him, so I hope he gets that figured out. Maybe there was some kind of a breakthrough with that, and that's why they signed this contract. I hope. Like, I just hope for his health and his safety going forward. I mean, I love KP.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, he's getting the bag, but in theory, you know, I still love the player. I love the player profile. If you can get any amount of games out of him where he's still KP, good deal. $20 million for that guy. Glad we're not paying for it. Draymond Green declined his player option, creating more flexibility, probably to bring in LeBron. We'll see.
I'm hearing that's fallen through, though. I'm hearing like, he doesn't want to go to Golden State.
That's
Draymond's
insane.
probably annoying as fuck.
No shit.
he's like, I'm kind of buddies with him, like, but do I want to be with him every day?
It's almost
Yeah.
been one of my last entire NBA season. This fucking guy, like,
We'll see.
He's a buddy
with
you want
that.
to see once a year.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that guy's great when in small doses.
Exactly. Yeah.
it's like, do I
Although it
wanna
hasn't
do-
bothered Steph.
Well, I mean, that's
True.
just because fucking Steph is he's going to be a warrior until he fucking retires. And the Draymond just keeps being like, okay, you guys are going to keep paying me. So Steph's like, fuck, I got to be with this guy again.
Yeah. Declined to match Quentin Post's offer from Memphis, and they drafted Yaxel Lendenborg at number 11.
Yeah,
Who I do like.
That's a sick fucking name.
He actually
see, a
could
great
be one
name.
of the better. I was gonna say he could be one of the better players, like sneaky out of the draft. I do. Like
I mean,
him,
hey,
actually.
but we know who his coach is, so we know that we're never going to find out whether he's going to be a good player or not because Steve Kerr doesn't play anybody that's fucking under the age of 33.
He's
He-
a big though, so he is probably going to
Yeah.
play.
he
Yeah,
only
they lost
fell
them
because
both,
he's
so-
old. He was very he
Oh,
seemed like one of the better actual like talents.
He's going
but
to play
he's-
unbelievable
yeah.
amount of minutes for Steve Kerr than if he's old. I mean,
Yeah, he's
that's why
23.
fucking Kuminga's on fucking whatever team he's on now because they wouldn't play him.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if they were just like, yeah, sorry, Draymond, like, we just don't have room for you. I don't know. Like, we gave all of your money to fucking, I don't know, pick a random free agent.
Just fuck over Draymond at the end. That'd be really funny.
Hey, remember how you
Would be
lost us
funny.
a finals and then you assaulted a fucking player on camera? Like,
Yeah. Timberwolves making a pitch for LeBron. We'll see about that. Portland Trailblazers acquired Ja Morant. Obviously, Robert Williams extension, Drew Holiday trade buzz. We'll see if he stays with the team. There's a lot of guards there. That's about it with the trades. Am I seeing anything crazy? Rui Hachimura signed with the Clips.
another guy that would have been helpful for the fucking Lakers. I mean, a switchable big wing to help out with the defense on that team. I don't know how good of a defender Rui was. So I wasn't watching him on a night-to-night basis, but it seems like he has all the attributes to be a good defender.
Yeah. One of the top
Rockets
power
got Marcus
forwards
Smart.
available. Rockets
Yeah.
got Marcus Smart.
which we
That's
care
good.
about more than most people.
No, you talk about a perfect fit on that fucking team. Another like defensive-minded fucking guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
To,
Bogdan at least too.
The Spurs brought in Tobias Harris for 2 years.
I really
Wow.
like that for the Spurs, actually.
Me too.
I mean, like, think about that finals run. Think about if Tobias Harris was getting the minutes that like Keldon Johnson was getting.
Well, now they have them run out there together.
And they did
Or
well.
maybe he
with
can coach up
Julian.
Keldon Johnson.
Well,
Even though
another
Keldon
guy that-
Johnson might be the same fucking age as him. Like, who knows? Like, Keldon Johnson, I feel like is another guy who's like sneaky old.
Yeah, I think he's like in his late 20s. That's old.
I miss being in my late 20s and a fucking shit to worry about.
Sacramento Kings released DeMar DeRozan.
Who gets the
And
more?
Levine's back.
And Levine is back.
I mean, shit, DeMar could end up being like a top 10 scorer all the time.
Yeah, he's gonna be high.
I mean, he's sneaky
Imagine if he
already
came-
over 25,000 points in his career.
Imagine if he came to the Celtics. I kind of would like that.
How many fucking
Little
wings? How
bench
many
scorer.
old wings do we need?
Just have him come off the
Christ.
bench, dude.
And then, what? Our bench is gonna be him and Mike fucking Conley.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're gonna be the
Two
oldest
guys-
team in the league.
A combined age of 97.
Shout out to Vooch too for fucking when the Celtics posted the thank you Vooch fucking tweet, and he's like, yeah, hey, this is really nice, but you know the people are just gonna be making fun of me now, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. You deserve it. You can't play defense, you fuck.
Poor guy came in, played like 3 games, immediately broke a fucking finger, couldn't play for like 2 months, and was like, hey, here you go, play fucking defense on Joel Embiid and figure it the fuck out, dude.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why you make the move. That's why I think everybody was expecting when we made the trade. But
It's
you know,
bad
obviously
luck
that's
is
not
all
how
it is.
went.
It's also upsetting that we couldn't re-sign Anthony Simons. Like that would have been a nice one to get back.
Well, now he's just gonna kill us in Philadelphia for foreseeable future. So
There's so many fucking people that are gonna have revenge games against us. I can't wait for the Josh Minot 25-8 fucking revenge game in fucking December.
oh yeah, big time. That's gonna be fun. That's really it with the NBA stuff. Unless something pops up here in the meantime, let's move into our movies.
Jacob, what
and
you
movies.
got? Jacob's got something.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't.
Jacob's got something. I know Jacob's got something. Come on.
What the fuck you kill the momentum for? You scum! I'm the host. Go with me.
Jacob looked like he wanted to say something. All right, I want to make sure Jacob gets his 2 cents off on this motherfucker.
Yeah,
His
no.
2 cents are the only ones worth 2 cents. Mine's worth fucking a crushed bottle cap and a paperclip. Like,
Yours is worth negative money. Mine's worth like you're not even worth the breath I spend on it.
Just looking through the other mid stuff. There's definitely nothing worth talking about. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The Mavericks and Nuggets did nothing.
I mean, parody. You got a lot of. Even then, it's just we spent a whole hour basically just discussing guys going to different places. It's just I think that's probably how it's going to go for the foreseeable future. You're not going to see a lot of guys sticking around anywhere for too long.
We've had 9 unique champions in a row or something. The CBA is working, I guess.
it's been 8 straight new champions.
Yeah.
Working
Yeah.
very well.
Well, for what they wanted to do, it's working great. For what the fucking average fan wants it to do, it fucking blows.
It's not even working well for what they planned for the projected value of the CBA, the deal what they made for the television agreement that makes up, their revenue, is not meeting the 10% annual return they budgeted in.
Well, I'm just saying
they can't
for,
even
like,
cap smooth it to make it
parody-wise.
good. Yes, if
I'm saying
that's
parody
like
wise, that's if that's what they were looking for, it's working phenomenally.
yes, because the financials aren't even working on the deal, which is tough
I mean,
for the
fucking
NBA.
the layman over here are trying to figure out your fucking financials for your company. Like it's not a place where sports should ever be.
It's but the sport is a business.
I know, but like we shouldn't. Like when I'm enjoying the Celtics, I should be thinking about like, hey, this guy's playing really good. I can't wait to figure out whether we can keep him in 2 years because he's going to be coming up for an extension. What are we going to do? Like that shouldn't be my talking point after like after a big trade like a Jaylen Brown trade.
I understand that, Steve, and you're in a sense you're right, but
In all of the
As a s-
senses, I'm right. All fucking 6 of them.
as a sophisticated sports fan, you have to kind of understand the whole shebang to see how the machinations work, why a player like Jaylen Brown is no longer playing for the team. It's not because he's of any reason, basketball reason. It's not
Yeah,
because of
but-
it.
A sports fan shouldn't be like based on like sophistication. A sports fan, like the word fan comes from fanatic. Like we should just be enjoying the fucking game. Like gotta tell
Yeah,
an
but-
8-year-old kid like, hey, sorry, like you can tell that kid that was crying, like, oh, sorry, we had to trade Jaylen Brown, but it's gonna cost the Celtics a lot of money, and then in a couple of years we might not be as good. And
I hear
Jaylen
you.
Brown plays for the Philadelphia 76ers now because the Celtics had to pay him 35% of the cap, and we only get only this much money. And it's like, kid's fucking 7. He wants to watch his favorite team play basketball. It's a fucking sport at the end of the day.
Or he's
I know.
inspired to be the best accountant ever when he grows up.
Maybe he'll be the next Brad Stevens.
He's coming for your ass, Ben Affleck.
Speaking of Ben Affleck's ass, Independence Day for Independence Month has nothing to do with either of it. But the film we reviewed, 1996 summer blockbuster starring Will Smith as Stephen Hiller, Bill Pullman as President Thomas Whitmore, Jeff Goldblum as David Levinson, Judd Hirsch as Jeff Goldblum's dad, Randy Quaid as Russell Cass, and Mary McDonnell, along with a litany of other the who's of,
Vivica A.
side
Fox,
actors
dog.
cast.
Come on.
Vivica A. Fox. I did write that in my notes. She's, hot as a pistol in that film. Yeah. On July 2nd, a massive alien mothership positions over Earth, releasing multiple smaller motherships over every one of Earth's major cities. And on July 3rd, unleashes a devastating attack that levels all of them. A ragtag group, a fighter pilot, a cable company techie, and a U.S. president piece together a counterstrike to hit the aliens before humanity is wiped out on July 4th. Directed by Roland Emmerich, a guy who has sort of cornered the market on disaster films. One of the best alien summer blockbuster films ever, probably the one that set the market standard for what that means. What did we think?
This movie fucking stinks. I really didn't enjoy any of this fucking movie.
This movie doesn't stink, Steve. You fucking stink.
The
literally.
whole fucking time. I was like, this movie 2.5 fucking hours long. I was like,
Yeah,
how
man.
much longer can you drag this fucking movie out for? The big payoff, like when you first see the fucking alien, Will Smith just like punches it in the head, and it's like fucking
Earth
for like 8 hours while he drags it through the fucking. Like, what the fuck?
I laughed at that though, to be honest.
I laughed my
hit me
ass off of that. That shit was so fucking corny.
Just punch it in the face is so funny.
I will say, if you are a hater of this film, of which I am not, I like this film. I actually love it. It means something. It just like, it matters to me. I think summer blockbuster alien film, when I think of, it has, let's be honest, it has the best first hour of any, and here's my father. It has the best alien first hour of any alien invasion film ever made. The first hour of this film is spectacular. You got the fucking anticipation, the big, massive set pieces of the ships over the thing, and then you get the payoff with the explosion, the build up of all the cities and like people in complete chaos. So that's like how this shit would go. I will say the film does fucking hit a cliff in the next hour and a half. With a lot of unnecessary long character development scenes. It sort of loses its pacing and doesn't make a ton of sense.
Fucking slow from the fucking get go. Like, you talk about like the setup. What was it Annihilation with not Annihilation. What was the one which they're figuring out how to speak to the aliens?
Oh, The Arrival.
The Arrival. Like, that was a nice setup. Like, it was fucking concise. We knew what was going on. It was still like gave you like that ominous feeling. Like, oh fuck, like what the fuck's going on? This shit was like, I had to wait, what, 45 minutes before I seen an alien in a 2.5 hour long alien movie? Like, I saw more of and Will Smith gets the top billing in this fucking movie. I saw more of fucking Jeff Goldblum's dad than I saw fucking Will Smith in this movie. I'm like, dude, it was like 30 minutes into the movie before Will Smith even fucking pops up. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
My David? That's my David. He knew it before you.
And he was the best part of the movie was his dad. His dad was hilarious. Like, oh, John Lennon, he got shot in the back. Very sad. Very sad.
Wow. That's hilarious. I think a lot of people think the other way. I think a lot of people think his character stinks on ice.
His character was the best one in the entire fucking movie. Like, every other character was fucking boring, and like none of them were fucking. The
Circling back,
so fucking bad. Like,
Bill
oh
Pullman stinks in this film.
It was like you were so
ice.
fucking dead, fucking like you had no emotion the entire time. The whole scene where they're fucking flying away from the explosion and the president and nobody's screaming. It's like you're flying away from an explosion and nobody's saying fuck, 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 we're gonna die, fuck, fuck, fuck. Everybody's just like, oh, okay, there we go. Like, what the fuck are we doing? It's a fucking brutal movie. And like,
I will say,
the president is gonna go hop on a fucking war jet to go fight the aliens.
He was a combat fighter, Steve.
He's the president, and everybody else is dead. They even said that the fucking NATO got blown up or whatever. They killed like the vice president and all the fucking staff members.
Yeah, but he is I kind of like that term because he is a combat fighter, and the movie starts out by saying they hired a warrior for presidency, and they got a wimp.
It's
like it's kind of his full character moment.
It's fucking brutal. We got this fucking drunk fucking pilot over here who just like fucking would pop up for fucking some reason. I don't know why the fuck he's even in the movie. Just to fucking kamikaze himself into the fucking thing. At one point, his like son is like sick on their fucking road trip, and they just never address it. Like the kid just puking next to the fucking thing, and then they just put him back in the car. They just never talk about it again. Like that was supposed to be some kind of a side thing.
That is weird. I remember that. I will say Pullman's performance is so dead for the entirety of the film, and then he does give like one of the best speeches ever. Summer blockbuster. We will not go quietly into the night. We will fight for our independence. It's a great speech, Steve. Fuck you. You stink.
Speech was fine, but I mean, it's like that one speech is not saving a 2.5 hour.
I can't believe you didn't like the first hour.
Slog. It's a slog of a fucking movie.
I think the first hour is the only redeemable part.
Also, like,
Besides the
once
speech.
again, a PG-13 movie should not have a fucking strip club in it, because, like, if you're gonna put a strip club in it, like, there's no such thing as a strip club where everybody's still fucking dressed when you walk in. Like, what the? They're going back to the dressing room and they're all fucking still wearing all their clothes. Like, what the fuck kind of strip club is this?
That was just a ploy by Roland to get Vivica A. Fox in something skimpy.
I don't blame him.
Some hot shit.
Don't blame him,
That's
but I
fair.
mean, at the same time, like, just make her a fucking ballet dancer or something stupid.
There's a great clip on YouTube. It's a classic. The former radio show Opie and Anthony, Patrice O'Neill, R.I.P. from Boston. He does a great 30-minute rant bit with Jim Norton on that show about how bad Independence Day sucks. It's an all-timer. It's so funny. It's so funny. If you hate that film, you'll listen to it and be like, "Oh wow, that's true." But I do. It's flawed. It's an incredibly flawed film.
Here's
but it's
my
a
question:
summer
is like,
blockbuster.
what age did you watch this movie the first time?
I watched it very young. It was like one of the
Really
few
young.
films on VHS that my grandmother had, and I would watch it every single summer. It means something to me.
Yeah, like,
in
you
that
have a
regard.
connection with it, like it's like the way like people watch Avatar when it first came into the movies, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is like amazing!" Like, look at all the, like, and then like, if I never watched this movie when I was a kid, I'm watching it for the first time at 31 years old, and I watched Avatar for the first time at like 30 years old. If you're just watching them with like no background and no like connection to the movie, like they just don't fucking hold up. Like this movie is just not good. It's slow. It's fucking boring. Like I was just waiting for
It's
it to end
long.
the whole fucking time. Like every fucking like 10, 15 minutes, I just kept checking. I was like, how much longer do I have in this fucking movie? Like it was fucking brutal. And like the same thing with Avatar. Like, we're chasing unobtainium here. Like, I'm supposed to think this is some kind of like masterpiece, and they couldn't come up with a better name for the fucking shit than unobtainium. Like, it's, I don't know, it just doesn't have the shine of what's the word I'm looking for when you're connected to something from your childhood. Like,
Nostalgic.
yeah, it doesn't have a nostalgia for me because I'm watching for the first time at 31 years old. I'm watching Will Smith fucking cold clock a fucking alien and knock it unconscious and drag it through the desert. Like, then this thing fucking wakes up like 8 hours later and like, and the fight kills everybody. Like, I don't.
Gives him a migraine.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's dad. That's it. That's the only fucking part. Oh, he was funny as fuck too. Yeah, I gotta call my mother and my lawyer. Well, maybe not my lawyer.
Yeah, it's funny, Steve. I agree with like nearly every flaw you're talking about, but at the same time, similar to Cody, I had a pretty joyous time. I think I was just laughing at everything that was outrageously bad, like how bad the CGI was. Oh my god, like the fire spreading and like the anything alien related that wasn't practical was so bad. But I just anytime it was bad, I was just laughing, which I guess helps my case. I just kind of saw it more of like a comical lens, honestly. Yeah, it was like an action comedy. It was an action comedy to me, basically. I was just like, this shit is so outrageous. Signs. Oh. Dude, I'd like to rewatch that, because that's probably a movie that's flawed as fuck, but I do remember liking that as a kid.
Will Smith's in it for like 30 minutes of a 2.5 hour long movie. Like, it's like brutal.
You know what's funny is that if you had asked me before I rewatched this, like where the movie ended, I would have thought it was when Will Smith punched him in the face. I think my attention span as a child sucked, and I might not have even ever watched the second half of this movie.
No, your attention span as a child was fine. That movie was just boring as fuck.
Like, I literally thought the movie ended with him like punching the queen in the face or something. You know what I mean? No, I enjoyed the movie. I just thought everything was outrageous, but I enjoyed it. Like her getting saved in that tunnel. Like, dude, everything would be fucking evaporated. Like
also,
getting
like her running away in that tunnel too. Like Paige was like watching it with me, and she's like, "That is the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen." Like how slow that explosion is. Like they're
hiding in a closet.
Yeah,
it would. Yeah, that's why I was just.
Even if the fire didn't go in there, the heat just coming off of it would just fucking fry you.
They at least saved the dog. I was appreciative of that. Yeah.
Oh my god, Paige! I've never seen her so mad at a fucking movie when they told like the president like you can't come in here. It's like it's a clean room, like it's static, and he's like, no, I'm the president, I'm coming in, and then they open up the door, like she is so pissed. She's like, just because you're the fucking president doesn't mean you can just fucking go in there. Like there's a reason why it's a fucking clean room, because obviously she's like, she's a scientist, and she was
Yeah.
pissed they made the scientist look so fucking nerdy and like dumb, like fucking, like she was so mad about that. She's like, you
Yeah,
could have
they
made him
like the
like a
whack
normal
job
fucking
leader.
guy. It's fucking,
Yeah, he did. He
oh
looks like a
yeah.
young Keanu. Definitely.
Or fucking kids. Like we're gonna be like fucking 8 lines in this movie, and if you fuck
And
up
then
any of them, we're all gonna remember it.
And then he heard his dad just fucking drive his spaceship into. Like he just heard the audio of his dad being
Oh, that
like,
was
"See you
another
later."
fucking thing. Like, oh, the guy never apologized to the kid for his dad dying. He's like, you should be proud of your dad. It's like,
Yeah,
that's
everyone's
what you're
just
gonna tell
cheering,
a
and the
fucking
kid's like, "Did my dad
13-year-old
just die?"
kid who, like, you just listened to his dad kamikaze himself. Like, you should be proud of your dad. Like, you fucking give the kid a hug. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
This is war, son. We won.
I mean, it launched like a bunch of fucking other summer blockbusters he did, like Bad Boys and all those. Well, like, would you count Hollywood Cop with Eddie Murphy? Beverly Hills Cop, that's what it is. Like, would you count that as a summer blockbuster? Like, I don't know. It had to be way before this. Disclosure Day that just came out.
Oppenheimer,
Oppenheimer was so fucking good, too.
Barbenheimer, in general.
Barbenheimer. To be honest, the Barbie movie, I didn't even hate that. I probably would rather watch
yeah.
I'd rather watch the Barbie movie again than fucking this movie.
Dude, Gosling was funny as fuck in that movie.
Oh yeah,
He's always good.
Will
I
Ferrell
wanna watch
just
The Nice
popped up
Guys
in that
again.
fucking movie.
I gotta watch The Nice Guys again. Fucking, dude, he's so good in that. He was so good. His physical acting in that was crazy. Of
Thank God it's fucking over. There's a fucking sequel for this movie.
course.
That makes sense.
Get in the bag.
Jeff Goldblum just likes to fucking work. I think that's just like
Yes.
what his MO is.
It's a hit.
I would love if that. I would watch the second one if they use like the same CGI and shit as they used in the first one. Like I would actually watch that. And I would just to laugh. Like I think it would just be great. I think they should have John Cusack as the fucking president. I think it would have been better.
Which does happen, to be fair.
No,
Yeah, not
before
now.
this president.
Yeah, not now. We went too far the other way. That's for fucking sure.
We've been hopping on that pendulum. Try to fuck the aliens.
He would just like leave immediately. He would
Also,
not
I
be
was
here
thinking
to
the whole time
fucking
I was
do anything.
watching this. I was thinking the whole time I'm watching this movie, like, if this ever fucking happened, like, there's no way that we're, like, gonna wait to, like, attack these ships. Like, we'd be shooting fucking nukes at them, like, off the rip. Like, there's no way we're
Yeah.
waiting.
No one would be gawking
They're
at it
trying to
anymore.
contact them and shit like that. Like, there's no way that's happening. Like, we're just shooting fucking
yeah.
nukes.
New York City would be evacuated. Like no one would be gawking at it under it, dude.
Also, a fucking alien ship just flew, like, is up. I don't know how many they said there were, but there's a bunch of alien ships, like, surrounding the world. And you were like, oh, like, our little fucking missiles will fuck this thing up. Like, you thought they didn't have, like, a fucking shield around this fucking thing. It's aliens. Like, you thought that there just wasn't a shield. I mean, I guess the only redeemable part was, like, the fighter jets, like, fighting the alien jets and shit like that and flying through the canyons and shit. Like, but then, like, we got, like, one scene of that, and it's like, all right. Now, the next time that they fly something, it's going to be him just, like, flying into space and then flying into the ship with no action and then flying out of the ship with just a little bit of action to get out the hole, and then it blows up. And it's like, all right, cool. We're done with the action. Exciting. Awesome. This movie's 2.5 hours long, and there's, like, 10 minutes of action, the whole fucking thing. Movie, it never even fucking had any pieces to begin with in the first hour. It fucking stunk. Jacob fucking thought the fucking movie ended at 45-minute mark. That's how bad the first hour was.
When I was 6, I thought that. I'm a grown man now. I watched it fully.
Wow, we got another one. God damn it.
Steve, what are you gonna give it for rating? I'm bracing myself.
Fuck, I think it's like a 1 star, honestly. Like, that's just, I didn't find anything enjoyable about this movie. Like, other than, was it Levinson is the guy's name that played his Jeff Goldblum's dad? Or was that his name? And yeah, he was the funniest fucking part of the movie. Like, the fucking Jeff Goldblum's ex-wife was a fucking, like, doornail. Like, she was just fucking, there was nothing enjoyable about her. Like, Vivica A. Fox was in there for 5 minutes.
Doornail.
Sick. It's like, fucking, I'm supposed to believe that they're, like, crazy in love. Like, I mean, fucking Will Smith walks outside of his house and doesn't know there's a fucking spaceship there until, like, fucking 2 minutes after he picks up his fucking newspaper. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, I mean, the most interesting fucking part of the movie would have been, like, the people that were, like, loving the aliens and then they got killed. Like, that would have been, like, if we got deeper into, like, those people loving the aliens and, like, that cult kind of shit. That would have been way cooler than fucking. Well, hey, it's not insane. It's my fucking opinion, you cuck.
I'd say 2.5.
Jesus Christ, you are so nice.
Yeah.
Don't even give it 3. Don't even give it 3. Don't even give it 3. You know it's not
The
worth
3
fucking 3 stars.
The 3 barrier is tough. It's a threshold. It's fair.
That's so
I mean,
fucking.
I assume we made a lot of money.
A lot of things make a lot of money. Doesn't make them good. Billy, money.
Just suck on that, Steve.
Yeah, never. It's this fucking shitter of a movie again. Jaws. Look, I'm gonna give Jaws like a lot more leeway than a lot of things. 'Cause Jaws was like 1975, so I don't know. It's gonna get a lot more leeway than a movie in 1996 that took 2.5 hours for 10 minutes of action. I don't know what was the worst time, watching fucking Independence Day or finding out about the Jaylen Brown trade.
Yeah, same.
Hey, you're moving right through your 7 steps. All right, you're almost at acceptance.
Lightning
at this
speed.
point. I'm still at anger. I am still at anger, and I might be stuck there for a long time. Feel free to come on the podcast and talk about Philly if you want. We'll deal with it. No pause. No pause. Full go. Fast forward.
Let's get an MVP.
JT for MVP. Love you guys.
Peace.